What's up, Juventini? Welcome back to the AJC, your channel dedicated to Juventus. Today, it's another edition of the Derby della Mola, a derby that's been dominated by Juventus, and it needs to continue that way. We absolutely must get 3 points today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it, and absolutely zero excuses. No Locatelli, no Chico Conceição, no Vlahovic. Doesn't matter. We've got the starting lineup. We've got Capitano Colt Miners. Motta, stepping things up, ramping things up with the captaincy thing. Here is your starting 11 for Juventus. We'll get to the starting 11 for Torino as well, but this is as expected. Di Gregorio, Savona, Gatti, Kalulu, McKennie across the back. Colt Miners, Thuram listed as your two pivots, with Yildiz, Douglas Luiz being the advanced midfielder, Imbangula, and Nico Gonzalez. Again, we have to wait to see how this plays out, all right? But Motta got a little weird when it came to the whole captaincy thing yesterday in the presser, being very, very strange about it. Did answer the question, and then just acted a little bit funny about it, but essentially saying, yes, with no Manu, you'll see who the captain is tomorrow, and this captain is strictly for tomorrow. But when it comes to the captaincy, it's, you do have Gatti in there who has gotten it at one point. I think it gave him wings because he's never looked the same since losing it. Cambiasso had it for a stretch. He lost it. Then it went to Locatelli, and Locatelli's had it. Manu, obviously not available today. Colt Miners gets it. It's his run with the captain's armband that we seem to be passing around, all right? Hopefully, it gives Colt Miners an outstanding performance. Today's got to be a victory, no doubt about it. Douglas Luiz, all eyes will be on him. We need some type of spark. We need something to pick me up. And obviously, we've got speculation all around the place when it comes to Douglas Luiz. I stand firm. I cannot see Juve entertaining any moves for this guy right now. And I do think it's premature and it's a little hasty if we say goodbye. The guy's had physical problems. Let's see him on the pitch with a decent run consistently and then judge, all right? But yes, Capitano, Captain Copton, there you go, everybody. And glad to see you all dropping in here. Alex P, Calvin Jones, Forza Juve, and Robin, Mitch, Giratina, Colt Miners. We win today. Capitano scores, calling for the Colt Miners goal. Love it, love it. We will, hey, we're going to go through this together. There's your starting 11 for Juventus, exactly as predicted and as projected. We went through the morning show today. Great morning show, by the way. I had a lot of fun. We saw the return of our Chico, Frankie, back after a while. Great to see him back. And then Omer and myself and Trim. A lot of interesting feelings around just this current state at Juve. But I definitely do feel January could get away from Motta if we're not careful, if we're not sharp, and we don't execute properly. Big games. This one has to be 3 points. I don't think Motta's in the hot seat right now. I don't. But this month, he could see himself in one. All right? Again, no consecutive league victories since Como and Verona, which were games 1 and 2. Let's get winning. Let's get winning. Swarit, say hello, Berto. I'm extremely happy Fede scored today. Now Juve better get the W and not screw things up for us. Fede! Kvaratskhelia saying he wants out of Napoli. Conte confirming that he has in fact informed Napoli of his decision to leave the club. While they're amongst the top of the table with Conte coming in, I actually think Liverpool will make a play. And I actually think Chiesa will be sent the other way with money on top of it. But how does Kvaratskhelia feel about the Prem? He might be happy going to PSG. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Now, let's get into this. Everybody, drop where you're tuning in from. Okay, I want to know where you're tuning in from. And, of course, drop your predictions from the panel, we had 2-0, we had 3-0, we had a 4-0, just because Frankie said I couldn't be the same as anybody else. But we had some 2-0s, a 3-0, and a 4-0. Very, very ambitious approach from me. I was going to originally call 2-0, but just to change things up. I do think one of the defenders gets on the scoreboard, maybe off a set piece. Torino is awful set piece defending, okay? And then when you get to the attack, I think Mbangula and Yildiz will both have one. Wouldn't be surprised if Nico gets in there. Be nice to see one of our midfielders score. Would be nice to see Douglas Luiz get some goal contributions in this one. Comes to Torino, awful coming into this game. Absolutely dreadful. Okay, we'll talk about their lineup, then I'll tell you the numbers around them and whatnot, but this just can't be anything else. Milinkovic, Savic, Vojvoda. Coco does find himself in the lineup. He was questionable, but he is in. Maripan, Souza across the back. Ricci also questionable coming into this game. He makes it into the lineup. Him and Linetti will be the pivots. Lazzaro, Vlasic, Garamo, and then Adams will be your front four for Torino, but expect a lot of help from Garamo and Lazzaro defensively. You'll always face 6 to 7 at the back at all times, sometimes even form an 8 to 9, and they'll look to go there in the attack. They like to push through Lazzaro's side, which is the right, which will line up with McKennie on our back end, okay? And then when we get to Torino's numbers, I told you, they're terrible. This thing's got to be a win. It absolutely has to, okay? They have failed to win 9 of their last 10 league matches, and they haven't scored in 7 of those performances. Only 1 goal in the last 5 at home. Yeah, I'm going for a clean sheet, okay? I got to see a clean sheet in this one, everybody from Juve. Get those likes up, everybody, and let's see these predictions, and let's see where everybody's coming from, all right? Let's go. Marca tweeted... Araujo news that we offered $35 million for him. Let's see. Yeah, the numbers have been all over the place. None of the credible guys are really throwing numbers around right now, and we just gotta wait and see. Apparently, whatever the offer is, it's in the hands of Barca. We wait to see. Puerto Rico, Juve 2-0. Great to see Goki in here. Let's hope that a victory and 2-0. Yeah, fantastic. Mitch is going, we win 3-1. Adam, great to see you in here, brother. I know he's coming in from Sweden. Prediction 2-0 Juventus. Robin, 4-0 game. Coop was the DM. The 4-0 did come when Coop was defensive midfielder. He is listed to be there today. Let's see what happens. Nathan coming in from Ontario. 1-0 Juve. Let's go. Beccalogia. Ciao, ciao, amigo. Let's get your predictions in here. Let's go. And yes, we just get the news. This one breaking out from Fabrizio Romano. We have entered the race for Alberto Costa. Apparently, Sporting is in the lead with a bid for the player. And that's actually being listed as his preferred destination according to the latest report. So yeah, we got to see. Sporting lead the race with a 12 million euro bid, and it's the favorite option for him. There was a bid from Brighton earlier this week as well, and Juve now ready to compete, and a formal bid is expected to come in from Juventus. So let's wait and see. 2-0 Juve, goals by Nico and Douglas Luiz. Reno coming in here with a 3-0 must win or else I smash the TV. No more excuses. Don't pick the TV. You know, you got to watch something else. I mean, don't take away from your viewing pleasures because of bad results. Smash something else, you know. Or go visit the neighbor for a bit. Smash his TV. Josh Fontaine, 2-1 Juve. Tuna, need a nice 3-0. We need a very business-like performance, okay? Solid, but what we need is a solid 90. We need a solid 90 minutes, okay? I don't want to see these waves and big ebbs and flows where there's a major lull or drop. Like, let's keep it steady. Sharp, start the game on time, and go through the moments. Managing moments, managing matches has been dreadful from this team. From everyone. Players and even Mota with his substitutions. Okay? So it's got to sharpen up from all involved. If we're going to look at Juve, on the bench, he's going to have Ruhi there. He's going to have Cambiaso. Cambiaso not starting because apparently he's got a flu, has some illness, but he'll probably come in for some minutes. Adzic is available, Weah is available, and Fagioli is available as well. So let's see. Coming in from Michigan, Pino, 3-0. And I did catch the comment on the preview show, brother, that you're going to be going through a back procedure or whatnot. Wishing you all the best, man. Hopefully the recovery goes smoothly, okay? But, hey, we'll have content for you. We'll be with you every step of the way, brother. 1-0 Juve coming in from Matteo C. Let's go. And we're going to get, I see some Storm the Barnes already coming in. Soiree, wasting no time. How much have we progressed with Araujo and Colo? How much progress would we have? If Araujo stays fit, massive signing. If he stays fit. If we sign him and he stays fit. Kolo Muani, again, even with both of these moves, the devil is in the details. What do we sign them for? The details are critical. But as far as the players go, Kolo Muani becomes a very flexible option for Thiago Motta, that he could play essentially left, right, and striker. And apparently should be helping our technical downfall or shortcomings from that position right at the top. I have my doubts on Kolo Muani, and again, the devil is in the details. I'm telling you, if it's a big price tag, I'm kind of skeptical, okay? I'm kind of skeptical. Very, very pacey player, good technical abilities. Seems to be hit and miss, though. Again, it depends on the numbers, but both those guys could be big booms. They could be big booms. I'm skeptical about the prices we lay out with what we're seeing with some of the pricier guys that we've gotten so far. So that's all. January, that's a normal feeling. Sketches me out. January just sketches me out, all right? Alex P. saying Berto Muani is a huge talent. That France PK has just given him bad PR. Hey, if he comes in, I'm going to wish him the best, okay? I'm going to wish him the absolute best and hope that he hits the ground running. I see the feed has cut to the game. We're there at the stadium getting ready for the teams to come out here. And again, for those of you just popping in here, I'll get you your starting lineup. There it is. Di Gregorio, Savona, Gatti, Kalulu, McKennie, Cope Miners, Captain Cope today. Taram, Yildiz, Douglas, Luis, Imbangula, and Nico Gonzalez. All right, so very, very different than what we have seen for quite some time. Douglas Luis, a lot of eyes are going to be on him and his performance. Yildiz just needs to be on the pitch. I don't care where you put this kid, okay? Talented player. Imbangula, I've said, should have been getting more minutes throughout this season. Here we go. He gets a start. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in there with a goal. Nico Gonzalez, I'm a little suspect. I'm going to be really having eyes on him in this one because of the him being right at the top. I do like him central more than I do on the wings. But let's see. Maybe there's good interchange with him and some of the other guys. Let's see. I think the biggest thing with our wingers, give them some freedom. Get them moving around. Don't glue them to the flanks. That would also help with having Nico Gonzalez up top there. You could have great fluidity if we want to do it. But we've been pretty rigid under Motta. So let's see. But that starting lineup, definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, more than enough to get by Torino, who is in terrible form going into this one, everybody. Has to be said. Again, everybody, get those likes up. We see the clubs coming out of the tunnel with the officials leading the way. Torino, their classic colors. Juve will be in the stripes. And, you know, it's almost a shame even calling this thing a derby other than the location. I mean, this has not had fire in it for a long time. You have to go back to 2015, the last time Torino won a Derby della Mola, okay? 2015. Madonna. 2015, 36 games, including that one. That was their only victory in this thing. 27 have been victories for Juventus. This has not had fire in it forever and is definitely not one of the higher ranking derbies in Italia. It's been an absolute domination. Douglas Luiz. Will the real Douglas Luiz please stand up? Are you seeing his hair here? Let's go. Oh, and blonde. Wow. Torino will get another day today. Hopefully. Hopefully. Please keep it low, Berto. Remember our defense. Oh my God, come on. This team, this Torino side can't find goals to save their life. 1 goal in the last 5 home matches. I'm really hoping, Mitch, that we get this clean sheet. I'm really aiming for a clean sheet here. Get the likes, everybody. We're almost there for kickoff. Yeah, M&M Luiz. Will the real Dougie please stand up? Please stand up. All right. It feels like forever since Juve's played. Obviously, we had that Supercoppa semi that went sideways on us. We need a win. This is the opponent to get a comfortable win into a difficult 3-match stretch with Atalanta, Milan, and Napoli. And it is crunch time, January, no doubt, when we didn't rack up the points we needed to in December. Let's see. Let's see what we can do here. Massive game. The most important until the next one. That's the way it is right now. Do or die month for Juventus. Went over finances. Went over a lot about just this current state of Juventus and how critical it is for Juve to get into top 4. And I'm not going to go overboard on 2 games in with Conceição and Milan, but I will say this. They are a threat to top 4. More so than Bologna, Fiorentina, and even Lazio. Ricci, captain for Torino. Cope Miners, captain for Juve. Take the coin toss. Exchange the pennants. Get the photo done. Oh, we got little Panini cards there with the logos on there. D-Gray wants to be the captain, always standing near the coin toss. He just wants to figure out which goal he needs to go to. He doesn't want to walk all the way down to switch sides. But he does do a lot of talking in the tunnel. A lot of talking in the tunnel. We're looking at the sides right now. We're looking at McKennie, Savona, Kalulu, Gatti. Luiz now listed as being the pivot next to Taram. Cope Miners as the advanced player. So I was always saying, like, I don't know if Luiz is in fact going to be advanced. I actually think you should go 4-1-4-1 and keep Taram in the heart, especially against this midfield that you should be able to dominate for Torino. And I would actually advance both Luiz and Cope Miners, but make it almost a flat 3. Because the 10 doesn't make sense to me unless it's Yildiz or Nico Gonzalez, a playmaker. But regardless, you got to get the job done. Mitch is anxious about Nico on the 9. Yeah, you gotta deliver. Gotta deliver. What do we have? Yildiz on the left wing too. So in Bangula on the right. I actually, Imbang, not because of Yildiz. Nothing to do with Yildiz. Like I said, get him on the pitch wherever. It doesn't really matter. He'll do his damage. Imbangula on the right is drastically different. Drastically different on the right side than left side when it comes to effectiveness. So I'd probably swap that out. They have a player I would love at Juve, Ricci. Or it's a Juve saying I've absolutely loved Ricci for a few years now. I don't understand why we haven't tried to go for him. They just extended him too, eh? Pretty sure Torino just extended Ricci. Waiting for the whistle. And there we go. We got kickoff, everybody. And it is, in fact, Luis next to Thuram as the pivots. McKennie finds the ball, slotting it over for Gatti. Now to Savona. Luis trying to come in to show for. Gatti pops it forward. And it is Yildiz on the left wing. Coming back, tracking back, winning it. Turning on his man inside to Luis, who holds up, twists and turns. Calmly. Giving us time to sort things out. Continues to move. Now over for Kalulu on the left. Up for Imbangula. Inside to Thuram, who then turns. And now we head back towards the right flank with Gatti into Savona. And now he's launching this one forward. Chested down by Nico Gonzalez. Picked up by Yildiz. Shove in the back. We'll get the foul there. Nico's got a vert, man. That's one thing about Gonzalez. Holy smokes. He can get up there. Gatti collects from Kalulu to Savona. Luis, they are playing a straight up pivot here. Yildiz inside to Luis, to Thuram. Now over to McKennie. Up ahead for Imbangula. Little touch pass in for Co-Miners. Just about beat his man. Trying to turn him. Co-Miners does well there. Comes back in, keeps it in. Earns a throw in. We can keep possession. We look at Thiago Motta here. Pressure's ramping up, no doubt. At the end of the day, it's about winning. We got a little bit of a melee on the sideline here involving Weston McKennie too. Cameras were on Motta. Not sure what's happening here. I don't even know what started it, but you got guys off the bench. Man, I don't even know what sparked that, how that went down. You got a Thuram challenge. Voivoda and McKennie standing there. Maybe they got into it on the side there. The camera's showing me everything but the action, okay? I'm looking at the Tifosi. I'm looking at Motta. Ciao, ciao, Andrew. Great to see you in here. Forza Juve fino alla fine. Sempre, sempre. And no doubt, Forza, your first bit of emotion I've seen in this derby in years. And I think that's why I'm taken back. It's like, whoa, we got a little bit of spice here. McKennie, finally we get back to the action. 3 minutes in, and he throws it in back for Kalulu. To Gatti, slides it out to Savona. He's going to go back for Di Gregorio, who just goes route one, sending it in Bangula's way. Tries to flick on Nico Gonzalez, trying to do battle there. Earns a foul there. Nico's working hard right out of the gate there. He's got the legs going. That's the biggest thing. Get the legs going, fight, get your position. He's very active. That's the nice thing about him is he's going to be left side, right side, dropping deep. Gatti to Savona. Back to Gatti again. Thuram and Luiz have been very close to each other and pretty much flat in that middle. And we can't really find them now. Torino's doing a great job of ruling out these mids. Di Gregorio finding Thuram there. Quick one touch to Savona. Now up ahead. Gatti's going to try to drive the ball forward. Being challenged by Ricci. Ricci does well, earns it back. And then Colt Miners wins it, but with a foul. Foul on Sosa there. Some good physical challenges in there. Seems like a actual derby for once. The last one was so flat. Boring. But I'll take boring and victories any day. Thuram does well, winning it there. Here's Mbangula. Now turning on Voivoda. Over to McKennie. Trying to drive it up the sideline. He does. Oh, little touch pass in for Gonzalez. Out to Thuram. Carries it in. Quickly blocked off. Back to Luiz. Luiz calling for movement. Now, over to Mbangula. Back to Kalulu. Luiz wanted the ball back. He's telling Mbangula, just hit me back at my feet instead of going back to defenders. Yildiz on it now. Working on Sosa. Drops off for Savona. Into Thuram. Light passing. Like, put some heat on it. Get it to your guys if you're going to make that pass. If it takes that long to get to them, the defense is just going to clean it up easily. We end up going all the way back with possession to Di Gregorio. He's going to lay it off for Kalulu. Kalulu in for Luiz. Now to the outside for Di Gregorio. Kalulu. Over to Gatti. To Savona. To Gatti. Juve trying to find some lanes to advance the ball here. Everything's being closed down pretty much man-to-man by Torino. Ricci, good pressure on Thuram. Di Gregorio now quickly plays it out for Kalulu. Played forward for McKennie. Cheeky little heel pass forward, but Mbangula's not there. Torino pounces on it, played through, but way too much weight on that pass from Vlasic, and that's going to go right into the hands of Di Gregorio. Luiz on it now. Calling for everybody to step forward. Get advanced. Kalulu now. Swinging it out for Gatti. Huge gap between the center backs as they try to spread the pitch left to right. Luiz trying to get on the ball here. Gatti finding him. He turns. Scans. Feints a couple times as if you can pull the trigger, but doesn't like his options. So he goes over for Kalulu. Mishandled there. Collected by McKennie. Now Kalulu inside for Colt Miners. To Thuram. Oh, I should have slotted inside for Luiz. McKennie finding Colt Miners. Colt Miners tries to send one through. Voivoda cuts that off. Linetti now. Luiz winning that one back. But his pass is cut off. Now he easily collects. Giving it to Savona. He has space up the right flank. He's going to move up this flank. Yildiz just ahead of him. He's got some space to keep carrying forward. Drops it off for Yildiz. Oh, great dribble. Left-footed shot. Oh, Yildiz! Let's go! Out of nowhere. Shot from outside the area. Short side on Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Woo! Yeah, baby. That's how you kick things off. Let's go, everybody. Woo! All right, chalk one up for the good guys. Keenan Yildiz, what a goal. What a dribble. Left-footed off foot, too? Oh, my God. Absolutely skinned Linetti and Vanja Milinkovic-Savic to get beat from their short side. Great hit. That thing's hopping, too. Oh, my goodness. Woo! Let's go, everybody. Suarite. Andrew Juve, let's go. Nice one. Turkish delight. Love it. Love it. What a hit from Yildiz. Holy smokes. Kids cooking, kids cooking. Better on the right side, maybe, hey? Better on the right side. Better on the right side. I don't care where he plays. Like I said, just get this guy on the pitch. We've immediately restarted. And Juve winning the ball back, sending it long. Nico trying to win a battle. Can't. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic just bombing this thing all the way back into the area. Di Gregorio easily collecting it. Tossing it out for Savona, now moving up the right side of the pitch. Inside to Douglas Luiz. So we've got the 1-0 early at the feet of Yildiz. Cove Miners now can't collect the pass, but Yildiz collects. Drops it back for Douglas Luiz. Now out over for Kalulu. Kalulu. To McKennie. Little touch pass in for Mbangula. Cuts inside. Oh, tried to find Thuram. It was cut off. Voivoda now in it. Trying to just be able to regroup for Torino. Plays it back for Coco. And Torino trying to find lanes themselves to get back up the pitch. They end up going back to their keeper, Milinkovic-Savic. And he's going to go up the left side looking Sosa's way, and he misses it by a mile. It's going to be Juventus throw. Savona heading over to collect. Great start, everybody. Let's go. And again, let's see the right attitude at 1-0. I don't want to see a drop-off in intensity whatsoever. That's when we're our worst. Keep the momentum going. Build up. Control possession. Try to find your chances. But that is definitely one that comes from individual brilliance from Kenan Yildiz. Oh, great work from Nico Gonzalez. Working on Maripan there. Earning the throw-in for Juventus. Gonzalez not giving up an inch so far and fighting for absolutely everything. That's all you can ask for. McKennie inside to Gonzalez. Touch back to McKennie. Now inside for Yildiz. Great settle there and earns a foul. What a touch. Holy smokes. Coco gets a foul on that one. That is a hell of a touch. Douglas Luiz set to take this one. This guy is a set piece specialist too. Like, he was huge numbers in terms of chances created from set pieces from the Prem. He was pretty much the best over 2 seasons there. Here's the delivery. It's coming in, but that's headed out. Not close to any of our guys to give him an opportunity. But Mbangula collects over to Savona and Cole Miners. Touch gets away from him. Ends up going off his shin. Out for a Torino throw. Voivoda collects as he finds himself on the left side now. He's going to trot over to the right side. Maripan. Over to Coco. And now Mbangula finds himself on the right. Yildiz on the left. And that's just because we're coming off of set piece. They'll probably head back. Voivoda up ahead. Vlasic now working deep in our territory against Kalulu. McKennie coming in to help. Yildiz trying to help. Voivoda feints across. Up for Ricci. Back to Voivoda. Maripan to Coco. Out to Sosa. Karamo making a run, but Sosa can't turn to find him. The defenders at the halfway line. Maripan now feints a long ball to the left. Over to Voivoda. Now to Lazaro. Lazaro inside for Ricci. And here's an outside of the boot pass all the way to the left flank for Karamo. Working on Mbangula. Has Savona coming back to help. And Savona blocks it. It's going to go out for a corner kick to Torino. And now again, you know, you're up 1-0 and they start getting this possession, start coming back. We got to get the possession. We got to control possession again. Got to get back to dominating the ball and poking and prodding. Lazaro set to take this corner. It's going to be on Di Gregorio's right. It's going to be an in-swinger. Here it is, delivered. Oh, falls back post, and Linetti makes a mess of that, thankfully. Losing our checks. Losing our checks. Back post all alone, and yeah, having to hit that off the chest down on the volley. He could not direct it towards goal, thankfully. Madonna mia. Madonna mia. What a hit from Yildiz. Such a nice goal. The dribble, so quick and tight. Thuram sending that one over for Luiz, but puts him under. He's looking for a foul there. Nothing doing. It's going to be throw-in. Deep on the right flank for Torino. Lazaro set to take it. I said coming into this game on the pregame, they are predominantly attackers from the right. That's where they like to attack from. Lazaro, a big piece of that. Vlasic, a big piece of that as well. Obviously, they can mix it up like the first sequence where we saw Garamo come at us, taking on Mbangula and even Savona, but they do predominantly like to get forward and attack from the right flank. Coco now sending this one up for Keramo. It makes a nice cut in. Tried the through ball. Gatti cuts it off. Inside to Thuram now. Back to the outside. Cope Miners. Into Gatti now gets forward. No options up ahead because we're just way too congested and tight in there. Gatti ends up just shielding this one out for a throw-in. He's looking for some more movement. Looking for some options up top. But spurring the lads on. Let's go. We look at Yildiz. He finds himself back on the right side. Mbangula's moved back to the left. Nico Gonzalez getting up there. Just can't flick that one on. Now Torino coming back at us. Settling it. Over to the right for Lazaro. Working on McKennie. He's going to take him on. He does. Here's a cross coming in. And Kalulu ends up heading it out. It's going to be a corner kick. Puts his hands up to signal my bad. I think Di Gregorio had called for it. He did, but Kalulu stepped in. Offers his apologies after. But you know what? If you're unsure, safety first. Let's contend with this corner. Lazaro crossed in. Headed clear. Only as far as Voivoda. Into Ricci. Torino back in possession. Again, we need to get this ball back. Luiz now pressing. Pressures Voivoda to go all the way back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Luiz now tracking on Ricci, who's dropped back to collect, and now he'll go back to his position deeper in the midfield. Gonzalez, Cope Miners, splitting things up. Yildiz Mbangula watching on the outside. Ricci has come all the way back, level with his defender, Coco, to collect. Coco now on it. Hits the halfway line. Over to the flank for Sosa. Back to Linetti. And Linetti's going to go route one. And this is bouncing. McKennie now has to play it. Keeps it in play. But now has a battle with Vlasic, who wins it. Gets to it. Trying to play it back for Ricci. There's a foul on Gonzalez. Advantage given. Luiz picks it up in the midfield. He's carrying it forward. Now he's going to send it out to Savona. Has Thuram next to him. Yildiz moving forward. Tries a cross. That's blocked by Sosa. It's going to be out for a throw into Juventus. Quickly taken by Savona as well. Into Thuram. And he's going to drop it back for Gatti. It's 1-0 Juventus. We're at 18-minute mark. And now we got a through ball for Cope Miners. Into Yildiz. Here's a cross coming in. It takes a deflection. It goes out. It's going to be a corner kick for Juventus. Yeah, he had a couple options. He had Cope Miners. He had Nico Gonzalez there. And he didn't waste much time, but Sosa does end up blocking that. It is his arm, but it's tight to the body. 1-0. Come on. Let's go. Let's get another one here, everybody. Let's get another one. Captain Cope set to take it. This is going to be to the left of Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. This is going to be an in-swinger. Here it goes. Cross delivered. Oh, it's going back post. Vanja hits the deck, but he is called Douglas Luiz on a foul. They'll always give the keepers the benefit of the doubt. I'll hit you with some of the numbers right now as it stands at the 19-minute mark. And you've got 66% possession for Juventus, 1 total attempt for Juve, 1 total attempt for Torino, and it's 1-0 for Juve. A brilliant piece of skill and finishing from Keenan Yildiz. Ricci playing it forward for Caramo, but the pass was behind him. He couldn't settle it. Goes out. It's going to be Juventus throw. Alex P, are we dropping back again? Juve Pulse already dropped. I have no more pills. I need another cigar. Damn. Mitch. Gatti to Savona. Had a chance to hit Luis, but pulled back, and that was the right call. Cope Miners, pressure on his back. No foul given, and Kalulu comes in to clean it up. Lovely settle there from Nico Gonzalez. Imbangula wants it. Or Gonzalez wants it launched. Oh, lovely through pass. Oh! Gonzalez offside. Oh, my goodness. Slipping it through. What a lovely piece of work there from those two, but offside. Gonzalez wanted the pass over the top and to the back post originally, and Imbangula didn't deliver it. Chose to keep driving the ball there, and eventually Gonzalez just couldn't stay on. Oh my goodness. Good play though, good work. Looking dangerous up top. A lot of movement from Gonzalez. A lot of movement and a lot of work. And that all started by winning the header. Just a simple flick on over to Imbangula, who was next to him. Coco over to the side here. Back into the middle. Maripan, and he's going to try to go on a long ball for Sosa. That's easily cut out by Savona. Savona now to Di Gregorio. In for Thuram. Back out to Savona. We're closed down. Taking a step forward. Now dropping it for Thuram. Played forward. Trying to get another foul in the back. Gatti there. So they almost had an opportunity. That's the same exact play. No call on Cope Miners. And he's actually not calling this one either. Is he? No, he isn't. It's going to go with the throw-in. Interesting. Interesting. Our new number 9 signing, Nico Gonzalez. Tossed all the way back for Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Cope Miners leading the press. Yildiz now. Pressure on Coco. Back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Look at him with his little feints there. Taking it back to FIFA 2 seasons ago where he got his midfielder out of position card. His shapeshifter. 92 ranked midfielder card. That card was insane, by the way. Oh, Sosa in the area. And that's blocked by Yildiz. Great tracking back from Keenan Yildiz there. Blocked that one out. But again, 1-0 up, and we're kind of going into the counterattack game. And Torino, yeah, getting deep into our territory, getting chances brought up here. Savona and Linetti jostling a bit here. And now the official taking a little exception to it. Gonna have a word. Actually talking to Kalulu and Maripan and even Di Gregorio. Maripan, whatever the hell. Corner kick to contest here for Juventus. 23 minutes, 36 seconds. It's in. Headed out by Thuram. Ricci coming back to collect. Keenan Yildiz watching him and pushing him back. Voivoda now. Yildiz wants the support there from Cope. It comes late. They play it forward. Cross in, but Thuram blocking that one. And it actually does go out for a corner kick. Ricci's the one standing over it right now, but he leaves it. And it looks like Lazzaro's going to come in to take. He's got to set it up the way he likes it, though. Not the way Ricci laid it down. Here comes Lazzaro. It's in, headed on, and that's beyond the target. Well wide to Di Gregorio's left. So, I don't like, I don't like the fact that we're not getting back on possession and dominating play. They've got another corner kick following that one up. Ruled to go off of our defender's head last. Lazzaro takes another one. Here it is. Headed down, going to back post, but Cope Miners clears it out, and this will be a throw-in now on the left flank. Sosa heading over to pick it up for Torino. Throw-in taken by Sosa to Coco. Over to Maripan, to Voivoda, into Lazzaro, and Thuram cuts that one out. McKennie pops it forward now, trying to find Nico Gonzalez. Lovely settle from Gonzalez. That's a foul on the back. That's a yellow. Easy yellow for Voivoda there. Easy yellow. And he does get one. Easy yellow. Easy yellow. Come on. What are we talking about here? Not even close to the ball. Ball's gone. High up on the back of the calf. Get out of here. Kalulu. Into McKennie. Oh, just missing his target. And now Vlasic trying to move up here. Plays it in. Lazzaro settles it. But Kalulu just gets enough in it to deflect this one to Luiz. McKennie to Thuram, back to Kalulu, and Juve can regroup with the ball at feet. Into Luiz, back to Kalulu. Quick little exchange between the two. Kalulu now slotting it over to Savona. His midfielders haven't arrived there yet, trying to find Cope Miners, but the pass is off. In the end, Coco's interception is launched well beyond the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick for Juventus. Look at this play in Bangula and Gonzalez. Just offside. Oh my goodness. Just offside. A shoulder offside. Di Gregorio slips but still launches that one. And Maripan all over the back of Nico Gonzalez. But Thuram comes in, cleans it up. Now plays it out for Yildiz. Touch gets away from him there, but he still collects and dribbles it from right to left. Now to Kalulu. Lazzaro can't cut that pass off. He gets a piece of it. It's going to be a throw-in. McKennie set to take. Kalulu now again out to the right for Savona. Can't get it by Caramo. Savona's taken quite some time settling the passes and the balls, or he's usually taking that split second that he even has. He's not getting a lot of time. And he's not doing himself any favors in terms of how he's collecting these. McKennie work, and you're on the outside at the back, buddy. Ricci and Thuram battle, but Thuram comes out with it. Mbangula pushed all the way back, but keeps possession with Gatti. Now drops out. Luiz on it. Up ahead for Thuram. He's able to just turn and stare right up the pitch. No options developing, though. Over to Kalulu. Back to Gatti. Or, excuse me, Douglas Luiz. Great ball up the right flank to Savona. He's got space now. That's what you got to do. You got to beat the numbers forward. Yildiz on it again. Mbangula over on the right as well. Now he collects. Oh, beats Linetti with the first move. Ah, ball wouldn't settle for him. He's cutting across goal still. To Thuram, to Luiz. Now back to Kalulu. Plays it forward for McKennie. And McKennie, just a lazy little chip forward. But it's cleared only as far as Kalulu. He collects again, now safely playing it over to Gatti. Luiz, and now he's going long range looking for McKennie. That's cut out by Lazaro. Nico Gonzalez almost pounced on it. Good pressure there. Yildiz now has to battle with Linetti, holding his own there. Like I said, he's bigger than people believe. 6'2". I don't think anybody realizes how big he is, but he doesn't need to shy away from some of the physicality. And there you see him going shoulder to shoulder with Linetti. Milinkovic-Savic drops it for Maripan. Voivoda on it now, being watched by Mbangula. Shatter starts saying Luiz switch plays are really, really good. Mitch, I love Luiz in the midfield. Alex saying Savona very shaky, needs to relax a bit. Voivoda to Maripan, now out to Coco on the left. Again, I want to see Juve not be so comfortable allowing them to hit half here. Win it back early and move forward. Savona does get it. Plays it into Luiz, but Luiz drops it back for Savona again. He's pushed back deep into our area. Gatti, little touch for Luiz. Up for Thuram. Now up to Gatti. Lovely play from out there. And Gatti's off to the races. Now he slots it over for Yildiz. And he gets in the area. Here's a cross in. Headed in. Oh, he didn't miss that back post by much. Gatti. There's some fight. There's some drive. I appreciate that. You lead the charge. You distribute it. And then you go into the area. And you know what? He doesn't miss that back post by much. Surprised he didn't go for another Gatti scissor kick. All right. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic on it now. Him and Maripan with a couple exchanges. Here's another one for good measure. Vanja's like almost at the halfway circle. Finally distributes to Coco. Heads back to the area. In for Sosa. Linetti. Back to Coco. And he goes deep over to the right corner flag, but Voivoda can't catch it, and McKennie's there. Him and Voivoda having little exchanges here and there. You look at Cairo from Torino. Oh, here we go. There's some space ahead of Savona here on the right. Yildiz makes a move forward inside Mbangula, who is right there alongside Yildiz. Played in. 1-2 between them. Oh, good cross in. Just cleared out by Ricci. Yildiz keeps it in after the clearance. Into Savona. Now to Douglas Luiz. He scans. Here's a cross, but that's easily cut out by Coco. That one not really giving us a chance, but he wins it back on the aerial battle. Settles it for Thuram, who goes to Kalulu. 32 minutes, 46 seconds, 1-0 Juventus on the ball now currently in Torino's half. Kalulu scanning it as there's not a lot of pressure coming from Torino. Ricci giving orders to Torino and where they should be in coverage. Co-Miners has dropped back, trying to collect here. Savona goes back to Gatti. Space opening up for our midfielders now as Torino has dropped back a bit. Co-Miners over to Savona. Into Yildiz. Oh, lovely turn. Him and Gonzalez on different wavelengths there, which is fine. It's not like they have a ton of time in these particular positions together, so it's going to happen. A little miscue. But a lovely turn from Yildiz there. He looks good. Looks good so far. Yildiz is switched on. Imbangula looks great. Oh, a little shove in the back from Karamo there. What is going on? And the hit, no foul. Yes, thank you. As they played on, Vlasic has a hit. It ends up getting blocked, but Karamo all over the back there on Gatti to get the whole attempt in the first place. Now he's down in the area. Get up. Madonna. Di Gregorio, big punch out there at the feet if this play was still going on. Great challenge there. Great attack of the ball from Di Gregorio. Then comes out, gets another block on Vlasic there next to Kefren Taram. Or next to Kalulu, excuse me. My God, they're showing this highlight of this goal, but the dribble. Yildiz absolutely just dummies Linetti. Like standing still. Right foot, left foot. Left foot hit. Now all of a sudden Yildiz is hitting the Spider-Man. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's got the tongue out. Del Piero, he's Spidey. I don't care how you sell him. The fact you're selling him means we bagged a goal. Keep going, kid. Karamo is going to head out to the side, get a little bit of attention. We're at 35 minutes, 19 seconds in, 1-0 Juventus. Kalulu now kicks things off again. Up ahead to Luiz. He's got a lot of time. He's just scanning. Over to Savona. Same thing. A lot of time and space ahead. Karamo has come back onto the pitch for Torino. Level on numbers now. Taram and Savona, little exchange. Now back for Gatti. Over to Kalulu. McKennie to his right. Plays it into him. One touch pass up ahead for Imbangula. Voivoda wins that battle there. Oh, great challenge from Imbangula into Gonzalez to McKennie. Up ahead for Imbangula. We'll be battling Voivoda. Here comes a double team. Tried to earn a foul there after his touch let him down. Nothing doing. Luiz comes in. We try to win it again. The press is on. Ricci's on it though. And coolly goes back to Vanja. Milinkovic-Savic who launches this one. Savona trying to get up for the aerial. But Karamo blocks him off. Way too easy. Plays it back. Ricci's going to collect. Now up the flank for Voivoda. He's going to get there. McKennie is in front of him. Cross coming in. And that hits McKennie in the ass and heads out for the throw it. Ricci now sprays it out to the left for Sosa. Linetti trying to show for short. He does. He collects. Out to Coco. To Sosa. Colt Miners, Yildiz, Savona all shutting down that right flank. They go to Medipan. Now out to Lazaro who's dropped back on that right side to collect. As Voivoda moved up to advance at the beginning of that sequence. But I'm sure they'd much rather have Lazaro up ahead there. Kalulu blocks the cross easily from Sosa. But right back to Sosa. Now to Coco. To Medipan. To Voivoda as Lazaro moves forward now. Into Vlasic back to Svoboda. Good move from Ricci. And Luiz eats that up. Now up ahead to Imbangula. And Luiz continues to run. That's a clear card on Lazaro. Absolutely just ripped Luiz down by the shirt here. Advantage given by the ref, but you got to go back to that and yellow that. That's ridiculous. He saw it too and marked it off. But great job from Luiz there. Kalulu. Into McKennie. Being pushed back by Lazaro. He does well to come out of it with the ball. Still at his feet. Lazaro on top of it. It's a little bit much there, Mac. A little bit much there. Official not going to the easy yellow now on that one. Just ended up going with advantage. That's shocking to me. Shocking to me. Shocking to me there. You know what Luis needed to do, everybody? He just needed to go back to the blonde up top, eh? He just needed to go back to the blonde. That's all it takes. They should all be at the stylist getting blonde if that's the case. But he's looking really, really good today so far. Here's Ricci in the area. Hit across goal. Gatti clears that one out. Again, though, I want to see us on the front foot a bit more. 1-0 up. I want to see us on the front foot a bit more, everybody. Getting close to halftime, though. About 6 minutes out here. Pop forward from Coco. Just going to go out for a throw-in. Savona easily watching this one out. Gattone, yeah, he was getting fired up there. Wants to see more. Wants to see more in terms of fighting for that ball and getting the ball back more. All defenders are going to tell you, even though they love to defend, that it's always easier on the front foot. What are we talking about? Vanja. To Coco. Yildiz watching him. And here he comes again. 28 yards out or so before distributing. Maripan has no real options. Gives it to Voivoda. And Ricci carrying it forward. Trying to drive out of that midfield. But can't keep that pass in play. But they're going to call a foul. Foul on Nico Gonzalez. Cross in from Sosa. Headed out by Kalulu. Garamo can't settle it. That's offside now. They get it to the middle here. Shot blocked, but that's offside. It's offside to begin with, so the whole thing was for naught. And Gatti knew the whole time, holding his arm up. .41 minutes, 30 seconds. Couple aerial battles. Savona finally settling it. Trying to get it over to Yildiz. Sosa winning it back. Playing it forward here. Little battle at the top there. Gatti kind of loses it. That ref's ready to give a yellow there. Ends up giving advantage. He was ready to go to pocket. Oh my god. Quick throw in from Yildiz to Nico, but his second touch gets away from him, and Vlasic wins it back to Maripan. Now to Voivoda. Mbangula watching him there. Ball over the top of Kalulu. Does very well. Inside to Gonzalez. Back outside to Kalulu. Now to Thuram. Thuram scanning. Had a switch for a second, but then Keramo took it away. We go back to Gatti. Goes to Di Gregorio. And he's going to go up ahead for Yildiz. Tries to flick it on into Nico. Little flick on for Colt Miners. He's off to the races. Chipped ahead for Mbangula. Oh, just enough from the defender. Actually, Ricci just to stop that one. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that is just enough of an intervention there by Ricci. Mbangula ready to strike that one. Great play, though. Great build-up. Yildiz flick on. Nico Gonzalez played forward for Colt Miners. Chested down and on the run from Cope. Looks good. Keramo turns his man. 2 fouls there, though. First one on Savona. Second one on Gonzalez. But Gonzalez's work rate's insane right now. Insane work rate. Coco to Ricci. We're at 43 minutes, 54 seconds. 1-0 Juventus. Little 1-2 played here by Torino. Now moving up out to the right for Lazaro. McKennie coming in to close. Here's a cross coming in. Headed down. Battle. Falls to Ricci, who gets it all wrong at the top of the area. Oh. Those scrambles, those crosses. Luiz and Gatti got up for it, but yeah. We'll probably get maybe 2 minutes for added time here in the first half. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only 1 minute. But I expect 2. Di Gregorio launches the goal kick. Gonzalez headed forward to Mbangula, who's had a good half. Everybody up top's had a really good half. Oh, that one gets away from Nico. That's okay. Yeah, Yildiz has been good. Mbangula's been good. Nico Gonzalez has been very, very active, looking sharp. At the 45-minute mark. 2 minutes added time, as expected. Got him all working on the flank. Cuts inside. Up ahead for Vlasic. Oh, my God. That's a hit, everybody. That is a hit. But same story, same old, same old. Same old, same old. Same old, same old. God, we just cannot stop leaking goals. That's a hell of a hit, but my God, too much time. Too much coasting. Gotta get back on the ball. Gotta control possession. Gotta dominate. This team scored 1 goal in their last 5 at home. Oh. That's a good hit, though. That's a hell of a hit, man. That's a hell of a hit. But it's just infuriating. Same old, same old. 1-1. Oh, my goodness. One big chance created in this half. That goes to Juventus. We got 53% possession. And honestly, we should have way more possession. Way more possession. Especially after 1-0. That's a foul in the back there. Gonzalez keeps doing his thing. We've got 6 total attempts for Torino. 2 total attempts for Juve. Again, after going 1-0 up. Allowing teams to believe. Allowing teams to grow. Keep it at the 0-0 level. That's it for halftime, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, 54% possession. It ends with Juve. 1 big chance created in that whole half by Juve, but 6 total attempts for Torino, 2 for Juventus. 5 corner kicks for Torino, 1 for Juventus. It's a little soft. It's a little soft. And that is annoying that a guy has that much time at the top of the area. You're about to go into half, unless they just, we're banking, we're going into half at 1-0. This is frustrating. This is infuriating, everybody. Infuriating. You know, I do like some of the things we're seeing. And we always, one of the things I have said, okay? One of the things I have said, individuals aside, attitude, approach, mentality is everything. It is the bigger picture right now around this team. And that's a prime example. We talked about Torino coming into this one. 1 win out of their last 10 in all comps. 1 goal in their last 5 at home. Scoreless in 7 out of those 10. You got the 1-0 lead early from a brilliant piece of action from Yildiz. And then, what was the other chance? You had an intervention on a Ricci. That's on a fast break. We left ourselves to fast breaks. You only got a couple other fast breaks. Yeah, they almost ended up. Nico Gonzalez got the goal, but he was offside. And then the other one was the big intervention from Ricci. But you got to swallow them up. You got to dominate possession. You got to make them have no belief. But you're dropping off and you're allowing teams to believe. And they were getting corner after corner after corner. And we're just allowing space. I don't know. I don't know, everybody. Okay, for me, this is frustrating. This is infuriating is what it is. Gonna go through the ratings. RB's looking for call-ins. Let's go through some of these ratings. Let's talk about some of these player performances here. Savona, a little shaky. Slowing things down a little bit too much for my liking. McKennie's doing his thing, just keeping it settled. Di Gregorio's at 6.4. Savona's at 6.7. Gatti 6.4. Kalulu 6.7. McKennie 6.4. Louise at 6.8. Louise was easily one of the best in that first half. I think Mbangula, Gonzalez, and Yildiz all up there for one of the best as well. Thuram, Cope Miners. Thuram's at 6.8. Cope Miners 6.3. Yildiz at 7.8. Gonzalez 6.6. Mbangula 6.6. I kind of agree with all the ratings. Yildiz would be high, and I'd actually have Louise a bit higher. But again, it's just, it's attitude, it's approach, everybody. I'm telling you, players, individuals, all this, you're seeing that these mistakes still happen because this approach needs to change. 1-0 up, you're on the ball, the majority getting to that 1-0. You're poking, you're prodding, you're trying to find ways to create. Sure, if it's an individual piece of brilliance, it doesn't really matter. You're on the ball. They're not. They're the ones being pushed back. And then you go 1-0 and it's the same old, same old. I'm sorry. I can't get down with this. I just can't. You've got to smell the blood. One of the things I said going into this game, right before kickoff, managing moments, managing matches has been dreadful from this team. And I hate that we keep letting teams off the hook. If you fall 1-0 down, you need to be feeling the heat, not growing in the match. You know, like that should be an adverse situation for you. But my God, it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Call-ins, if you guys want, fire it up. Do not call that number. That's me on WhatsApp. Send me a text if you want to jump in on a call. Share your 2 cents on what's going down right now. But this is it's infuriating for me. It's infuriating for me. We've got no time wasted right now on a call. We're going to get RB on. He's wasting no time. RB.
Yo, what's up, man?
Oh, brother. 1-1 at half, eh?
It's on Motta. Let's be honest. It's on Motta. Let's call it as it is, because this has happened time and time again. We score first, and then we sit deep, we sit back, allow pressure, allow teams to believe, and allow teams to get back into the game. And once again, like Torino was shambolic in attack. Let's be clear. Torino were absolutely abysmal in the final third, and yet again they get something, even though they were pretty much toothless in the final third. So
yeah,
I don't know.
You guys, I mean, everybody knows my feelings on the situation, the state, the way we play and everything, and I think it goes beyond individuals. But this is wild to me. This game absolutely has to end in 3 points for Juve. Absolutely has to.
Absolutely.
So
it has to.
how do you like what we're seeing out of the guys though so far? Like aside from like the approach and everything, like Yildiz, Mbangula, Nico Gonzalez. How do you feel about this?
Listen, I think when we have had the chance to attack, I feel like we've been more free flowing.
Yeah.
And I think Nico Gonzalez, I think he's been brilliant in the first. Well, not brilliant, but I think he's been. I don't want to call his name, but I think he's been better than Vlahovic, in my opinion. His hold-up play, much better, more technical. And you saw, even though he's offside for the goal, brilliant work.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm with you, though. I don't really think it's on individuals anymore.
Yeah.
Because we started off really, really well. And Bangula started off really good. Yildiz, brilliant goal.
Yeah.
But again, we're just letting teams back in.
Yeah, and it's like I said, the more this goes on, the longer it goes on, the more difficult it gets to snap out of it, you know? So I'm really looking for this team to break free of this. And like this second half, you got to be on the throttle. Like we need to come out like with some serious intent here and show that we understand how critical this 3 points is, because Motta even said it in his presser. He knows. Everybody knows. Like, if this game does not end in 3 points, if he thinks he's felt heat now, oh boy, let me tell you, we got to come out second half, and it's got to be guns blazing, and we got to stop fucking around. What do you think about Douglas Luiz?
I thought Douglas Luiz was one of our better players, honestly, in that first half. I thought it was very good.
Yeah.
I thought it was solid performance from Douglas Luiz, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Great defensively and pretty good going forward as well. I actually think it was our second best player behind Yildiz because of the goal. I really like Douglas Luiz in that first, so I don't know what you think.
Yeah, I thought Luiz was great. I thought him and Yildiz were easily our two best players. I really liked Mbangula and Gonzalez. Outside of that, I need more still from I need more from Cope Miners.
Cope Miners is.
I think Taram is just doing his thing. The nice thing about this combination is that Taram will easily accept whatever role he gets out of the mix that's in there. Some of these other guys, not so much, right? Like sometimes when you see Fagioli, Locatelli, for instance, together, or I think even if some people are talking Luiz and Locatelli together, it's going to change because they both want to do the same thing, kind of, you know? But the nice thing about Taram is he easily accepts whatever role he has to based on whoever's out there with him and how the game's being played. So the one thing for me, though, is that Cope Miners needs to influence more. He needs to start finally actually influencing and impacting significant moments and scenarios through this game. He did have that run with Mbangula. In the end, Ricci makes a big intervention. But again, it's tough to say because we've limited ourselves after going 1-0 up early. We've started to sit back and we've only been allowed to attack through counters. So it's hard to gauge. But yeah, I'm kind of with you on all your thoughts too, brother. Thanks for the call. We're going to keep it rolling. Let's see what happens, man. But we got to win.
Yeah,
we got to win.
Yeah,
let's go.
Anyway, thank you, bro.
You bet. Ciao, ciao. All right. So, yeah, some fans starting to feel like, hey, this is on Motta. This is mentality. This is approach. The individuals, like I said, nothing's really changing from that perspective. Let's see. Storm the barn. Get your questions in. We're going to rattle off what we got here. DJ, Cammy V, great to see you in here, brother, okay? Cope's a great player, but man, the more I watch him, the more I realize he's not a 10. Square hole, circle, peg situation. Thoughts on this? I've been pretty adamant about how I see things, and if you're going to play three midfielders, Cope Miners as an out-and-out 10. For me, the 10 position is a playmakers. It doesn't mean that a midfielder can't do it, but you have some midfielders that are playmakers and others that have different attributes. His attributes for me are not 100% for a true 10 and at least not showing up in this. For me, he drops back a lot. He drifts a lot. He makes sense to be further back. But he's also not taking the chances. He's not spraying the ball out the way he should. It's kind of like going through motions, etc. But I don't believe he is a 10. He can be this midfielder that's given freedom, but not a set 10. He could be given freedom from deeper to get in. His best work is supporting the attack from the deep positions. As a 10, I'm not seeing it. And yeah, it needs to pick up. It needs to ramp up. There has to be more impact there. Charles, after investigating his profile, goalkeeper's new name is Di Gregorio, the Dick Rider. Given the fact that he's perpetually on Handanovic's dick, that bloody Merda fan is getting on my last nerve. All right. I really have no comment to that. I really don't. Alex P saying the great strike from Vlasic, but he had so much time. 1,000% agree. The coverage, but you open yourself up to that by dropping consistently. Should have never been able to line one up from there. Still on us, regardless of the great shot. I agree. I don't understand how you can give a guy right at the 18 that much time. And whatever it is, communication, positioning, everything. Figure it out. This team, I cannot stress enough the awful form. The awful form that Torino was in going into this game. I can't stress that enough. God, this is painful, everybody. We're 45 minutes from disaster, everybody. That's not overreactionary. That's not being dramatic. We're 45 minutes from an absolute bloody disaster. We need 3 points. Second half, come out, guns blazing, stop messing around, take care of business, okay? Take care of the business. We got one more call coming in. Looks like we're going to get Reno in here. Let's get Reno's thoughts.
Hello.
Reno, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you, Paisano?
Well, I'm pissed is how I...
Well, you called the other day on my live a tie. I'm pissed as much as you are.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I know it's the first step, but honestly, man, you scored that one goal and you still go back-to-back like Catanacciaro. Like, just freaking score. Dominate the stupid game. It's Torino, for fuck's sake.
I'm with you. This should have been a dominant, like I said, business-like solid performance, but this is crazy. This is crazy, man. We do the same thing over and over and over.
His life. Yeah, so I'm talking with the wife. You know, it's ridiculous, man. I hope for a win, but things need to be changed. I don't know if it's the players or Malta. Like, what the heck they're doing? Like, this is not Juventus, man. Jeez.
They have this beast right now that I think for me is mental. And they can't snap out of it, and I don't know why. I wish I knew why. I don't have the answers, but all I know is
same here.
If we don't change, and we don't change fast, we're going to be in bigger trouble. We're 45 minutes away from disaster, Matt.
Yes, well, we have to close it, at least 2 goals. Do a 3-1, or else the last minute they might tie. We don't need that. We need to dominate this game, and this is Torino. Like, are you kidding me?
Dude, this is crazy. They scored 1 goal in their last 5 home games. We're 1-1 at half. Now they're ready to come out. Reno, if this goes sideways, don't smash your TV, okay? Smash something else, okay? I remember what you said. Don't smash your TV, but I'm going to smash something for sure if we don't win.
I can do that.
Okay? Second half's about to start. Thanks for jumping in, brother. We'll talk soon. Ciao, ciao.
We'll talk soon. It was a pleasure.
You bet.
Ciao,
ciao. Ciao. All right, everybody. You know, there's guys that I know that have been talking patience, been talking time, have been talking long term, etc. Guys, you don't get to the long term if you can't take care of business in the short term. Okay? Alex P, we need the Loud Cup in. Loud Cup's always rocking. And of course, always, amici di nessuno. Okay? Right now, we are not even amici with ourselves. Okay? Our own worst enemy. But the Loud Cup's here. Let's go. Let's get some goals. Come on. Lord of Fizz saying, nah, bro, I've been out of patience. I've heard some ugly stuff from Juventini, and I have not judged any of them. For me, I'm going to be quite honest. I've always looked at it a certain way, you know. I've hated when people have created pedestals, tiers of fandom, like No, we are supporters. You have to support what it's not a lack of support that brings out these feelings that are seen as negative. I don't see negative or positive. I see authentic. I can see I can see stuff that's not genuine a mile away. I can see when people just give a shit about being right. And there's a lot of people right now, okay, with ulterior motives, okay, that are pumping things up that shouldn't be pumped up, okay? The bottom line, project, long term, short term. Anything long term is drastically affected if this team cannot make top 4. Period. Period. Okay? Period. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. There is no long term if you fail in the short term. All your plans change drastically without top 4. Period. I don't care if somebody is an employee of Juventus and they want to tell me otherwise. I ain't buying it. Okay? We have to. Have to. And some other people just care about being right because they picked Motta. Guess what? I picked Motta too. And I might have been wrong. Win this game, goddammit. Let's go. Second half. And there we go. We got second half kickoff. Oh, and they call it back. Makikatsu. We can't even get a second half kickoff, Syria. Come on. Holy Christ, you guys. Play. Second half kicks off here. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic launching it. And we're back on time with the ticker. Holy smokes. McKennie has to step in here. Scramble in the area. Hammered by Voivoda, blocked by Douglas Luiz. He steps into it again. Out to Lazaro, crossed into the middle. Gatti heads it beyond. Yildiz gets a foul in the back there. No call. Sosa crosses it in, and Savona. What is going on? We're looking for calls. Shoves in the backs. Luiz approaching the official, approaching Yildiz. That's the problem when you drop off. Now you're playing soft. Now you're looking for calls, etc. Fight, you guys. We should be on the throttle, not Torino. They haven't won a derby since 2015. Madonna. Holy shit. We're there for the taking, he said. This is insanity to me, you guys. Lazaro set to take this corner kick. They keep ramping up the corner kicks. In-swinger. Delivered. Headed beyond from Nico Gonzalez. Yildiz now heads it again. And it's going to be collected. Torino, Voivoda now. And here's another cross into the mixer. Chested down by Gatti to Luiz. Luiz now launching this one. All the way to Vanja. But we do get a foul on that one. Shea Adams there was the one originally winning the ball back on the flank there before sending it to Voivoda for a cross. Kalulu on the restart here for Juventus. Kalulu to Gatti. Launching this one up, trying to find Gonzalez. Cut out by Coco. Into Keramo. Savona blocking his pass forward. It's going to go out. Torino throw. Sosa heading over to take. Unbelievable. Got to get on this ball, boys. You don't score without the ball. Come on. Voivoda into Vlasic. Back to Voivoda. Inside to Ricci here. Settles it. Easily controlled. Back to Vanja. Insane. Oh, bad touch there. Tried to get beyond. There's a foul there. Yellow too. The touch got away from Coco there. So yellow card there. And again, now you got one of their backs on a yellow. Like, take advantage. Get on the ball. Push them. Ask questions. Put them under. Douglas Luiz standing over this one. We need one of those brilliant set pieces. We need to see some of the magic he had at the Prem for 2 years on the trot on the dead ball. Here it is, delivered, going back post. That's a good ball. Gatti has it back into the mixer, but couldn't find anyone at the back post. Just falls into the hands of Milinkovic-Savic. Quickly thrown out for Lazaro. Stepped in by Mbangula, but he keeps going. Feints across. McKennie watching him now. Drops it inside for Vlasic. Pushed back by Thuram. Voivoda out to Lazaro again, and Torino's on top of us, just outside our area. Here's a left-footed cross heading back post, and Gatti heads it, but it goes out for another corner. Sosa and Keramo running over to it. The Torino fans enjoying this. Why not? They've got us pinned. Insanity. Insanity. Sosa in, and that's headed, and it ends up going backwards after being headed by, I believe, Nico Gonzalez. He's down right now in the area. Takes a blow there. Thuram, Gonzalez, and Coco all colliding. It's another corner for Torino as we wait for Gonzalez to get cleared here. Lazaro's waiting to take here. Gonzalez still down. Oh, 50 minutes, 37 seconds. Lazaro now ready to take another corner kick for Torino. Here it is, delivered. This one's high and long, going to the back, but Yildiz misreads it, headed back into the mix by Sosa. Oh my God, and Di Gregorio makes a big save. What a mess, everybody. This is a mess. That was Maripan, by the way. Kalulu carrying it forward into Thuram. Thuram's at the halfway line scanning, trying to find some options. Dishes it to Luiz. Oh, lets that one get away. Carries it forward, draws a foul. Come on, guys, get up and get this ball forward. Get back in possession. Come on. This is our time. It's 1-1. Are we the ones trying to kill this game off in a draw, or we want to get after and get this 3 points? By the way, as far as the bench options go, Weah, Fagioli, Adzic, like there's no Conceição, there's no Vlahovic, there's no Locatelli. Impact is not there. Impact is not there. Take care of business. Pick it up. Get the job done. Cambiasso is there, and whatever he's willing to give you, I'm probably looking at it. Because you need some flair. You need a little bit of dynamism to get something here. Keramo carrying into the middle as a shot. Di Gregorio easily watching it go wide of his goal. We're panicking. Absolutely we are. Absolutely we are. Paolo, ciao ciao. Be happy to see Luiz getting his touches. Hair looks good too. He looks good, but the group is where my concern lies. Biggest issue for me has always not been the individuals, but the mentality and the approach. Gonzalez fighting here still. Maripan eventually gets a touch back to Vanja. And Torino can regroup and back on the ball. Ricci up that right flank, being watched by Mbangula. Quick drop for Lazaro. Now into the middle. Vlasic gonna launch this one. To Keramo. Savona heads it down. Yildiz. Shielding against 2 guys. Gets a handball on Keramo. I want Yildiz working at the opposite end. I want him to work hard on the opposite end. Like, I still want him to work defensively, but let's get forward, everybody. Come on. Thuram and Cope Miners with a quick exchange. But then again, back to McKennie. Over to Kalulu. Over to Gatti. It's just really flat at the back. The fullbacks haven't got forward much at all this game. Cope Miners into Yildiz, back over to Savona, now over to Thuram. Like, McKennie should be bombing forward here. Mbangula should be moving to the inside, and it's happening, but way too delayed. Mbangula into Thuram, out to McKennie. Luis trying to get into the spot. He wants this ball. He's on it now. Quickly pressed by Linetti. Kalulu back on it, twisting and turning. Now to McKennie. And McKennie, one touch over the top. And Mbangula's going to beat his man to it. Touch inside. Oh, that's going in. Settle down. Oh, the 2 of them, Yildiz and Gonzalez. Oh, my God. And that pretty much sums it up. Advantage given to Torino after a foul on Cope Miners. Played him behind. That's a big intervention from Savona. Foul there from Keramo. He's trying to get the call from Savona. And we get chippy now, and the bench is up there. They need to sit down. That's a foul on Keramo all day. And now Luis. Over to McKennie. Little bit of spice. Things picking up. Intensity is going to ramp up. Pressure is on Juventus. And now what's going on? We got a melee on the sideline. What is happening here? Both benches going at it. Are the coaches involved? No, Mota standing aside there. Referee card in hand. Red card to Vanoli for Torino. I know so. And Mota. Huh. Holy smokes. Holy smokes, you guys. Oh, ho, ho. Madonna mia. Madonna mia. Amufati kuiwai. Amufati kuiwai. That was a fantastic intervention from Savona. And look, if Vanoli is losing his mind here. Somebody else had got a red first from the official. Then Vanoli lost it. Not sure in Mota's. But here's Mbangula. Cuts it side. Settles it. Trying to get it to Yildiz. Gonzalez battling for it. Oh, Thuram tries to step into it in a volley. McKennie now battling for it. And now it feels like a derby. Because now you got 50-50s. The ball's bouncing all over the place. It's going to start to get ugly. Yildiz trying to find Cope Miners there. He does keep it in. That's a good play from him. Into Savona. Here's a cross. That's a good cross. And it's headed away by Lazaro. Luis settles it for Gatti. Turn it. Keep them pinned. Come on. Yes. Into Cope Miners. Back out to Luis. Come on, you guys. Get the legs going. Be some options. Huge gap of space next to Nico Gonzalez. Nobody occupying. Why? Yildiz on it here, being pushed back by Coco. Gatti at the half line, over to Kalulu. Our midfield is one giant cluster right now with absolutely nobody moving. Thuram, Luis, Cope Miners finally starting to move a little bit, and then a piss poor touch that Ricci cuts off. Fucking hell, you guys. Come on, quicker and better. Kalulu. Luis to Kalulu to Gatti. Now into McKennie. He's going to take Lazaro on. He does carry it out from the side into Mbangula. You're in tight quarters here, boys. There you go. You're supposed to get them to overload to switch out, to find the space to move and advance the field. Not to just keep it pinned like tunnel vision. Come on. Move around. Inside. Oh, that's a great ball from Nico. Good cross. Oh, misses everybody. Goes across the area. Falls to Lazaro. And now he launches it up to the top. Shea Adams settles down for Ricci. Good pressure from Mbangula, but behind the back, he gets the foul on Ricci. 1-1, closing in on 60 minutes. Coco Maripan on the ball here for Torino. Pressure's mounting with each minute. Gonzalez cuts off that pass from Vojvoda, but he can't get it to sit for him or Mbangula. Vojvoda takes it immediately. Throws it back in play. Ball finds Vanja Milinkovic-Savic again. Juve just dropping back. He's 22 yards out from goal. Continues to carry some more. 30 yards out. Not being pressed. Now slots it for Maripan. Gonzalez watching him to Vojvoda. Mbangula there. Thuram stepping up on Vlasic. Touch ahead from Lazaro, but can't get around Big Mac. Throw in back to Kalulu. Now over to Gatti. Gatti immediately send it for Savona. He does have space ahead of him. Yildiz making a run. Just send the ball, man. Just send it if he wants it. He's 1v1. Oh, Gonzalez trying to settle this one down. Gets it all wrong, but Mbangula reads it properly. Gets on this one. Now, in for Thuram. Up ahead, Gonzalez, one touch, over to the side, missing Mbangula on the short, but he still collects. McKennie and Yildiz again making a run. Like, when these guys are in 1v1 scenarios, that's when you take those risky balls, not when you're sending it in and they've got 3 defenders around them. McKennie tries to make a run, break 3. Into Yildiz, who's now all the way on the left side of the area, which is fine. Go and help. Mbangula. Into McKennie, back out to Mbangula, and we have to go out. The overlap's there. It's way too slow. When the overload comes in, you got to switch it out. Now out to Savona. Jesus. Fucking hell, man. Oh, launched here by Di Gregorio. We can't win that. Luis, great pressure there. Cope gets a touch to it. Oh, and they're getting called, I believe, handball. It's either handball or offside. A yellow now coming. Yellow for Luis for dissent. Madonna mia. Madonna mia. So Torino's going to make a couple substitutions. Caramo's going to come out for Pedersen. Thought there was another one, but I could be mistaken. Looks like just one. They were probably just shifting position. Speaking of, here he is. Pedersen dropping it back for Ricci. They're up the right flank. Here's a cross in from Ricci, and Gatti heads it clear. Mbangula tried to dummy that one beyond Vojvoda, but he was sharp to it. Heads it, but it does go out for Juventus throw. 62 minutes, 20 seconds, 1-1. With each passing minute, the pressure mounts. They can probably see the tabloids, see the headlines in problems that have been prevalent for a long time continue. We must find a goal. We must get 3 points in this game. Period. Cope Miners blocking the long ball from Maripan. He's calling for the press from everybody forward. It ain't happening. Oh, Kalulu steps forward. Wins this ball. Carries it forward. Keeps pressing. Now slots it for Yildiz. Oh, Yildiz with a good hit from about 24 out. Just can't get it to dip on target. Ooh. Had some swerve on that one, but it was always rising. I'm nervous, everybody. I am nervous as hell. Torino. Couple exchanges from Vanja and Maripan. Azzurri Juve. Have Juve done a single thing this half that we can say we like? Papagio might need a coaching position or executive. We might, Papagio stepped in. We might be looking for a Black Monday, I think, where everybody's gone. Taram. Here's a forward, and Bangula settles it, trying to cut in there. There's a foul. Torino. Little bit of frustration shown from their players on that foul call. Closing in on the 65-minute mark. Isaac saying this is a draw best. No faith in this team being able to switch on. Swarit saying call Papagio after the match. I want to call him after a win. Let's get into this. Here's Cope Miners set with a free kick here where the foul was on Mbangula. This is a good spot for a good delivery. Let's try and get to it. He launches this one. Headed out by Maripan. Luis trying to settle it for Mbangula. He does collect it. Back out to Cope Miners. Jesus, man. You can't hit Luis 20 feet away. Send us back to the half line. Here's launched in for Gonzalez. Great touch. Yildiz now. Oh, that's a good cross. Just misses Cope Miners. Cleared out only as far as Kalulu. Keep them under. Forward. And there's McKenny putting another one in the mixer. Settled by Cope. Oh, stopped by Vanja. The hammer shot right at Milinkovic-Savic. Oh my goodness. Come on, you guys. We're pressing. Oh my goodness. Right at Savic. Cope did everything right there. Yildiz to Luis. We're starting to ramp up the pressure. Come on. Let's try and get a goal here. Come on. Find one. Find one. Luis. Carries forward. Flick on for Savona. He cuts inside. Oh, it falls for him. Have a hit. Stops it to Gatti. Drops it off for Yildiz. Oh, that cross going to be punched out by Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. And Yildiz keeps it in play. Oh, that's crossed, but that one's going to be easily caught by Milinkovic-Savic. Read that one like a book. Little bit better from Juve. But we have to be on the ball. We have to be dominating possession. Cope Miners absolutely drilled that one, but right at Milinkovic-Savic. Oh, we've got to win this one, you guys. We're closing in on the 70th, and there's going to be 20 minutes remaining, and we've got to win this one. But we've got to be on the ball. We've got to be poking and prodding. We suck when we try to play slow and try to manage games. So stop trying to do that. Play as if you are always 0-0. You are always 1-1. It's a frame of mind to understand that you're not at that level yet. You're not at that level to be able to shut it down and then turn it back on again. You're not there. You need to find your level when you're turned on. You need to find third, fourth, fifth gear before you can downshift and then go back up to it. We're not there. Luis On it. And Juve finally dominating possession again and being on the ball more. Luis to Yildiz. Ah, too easy. Blocked immediately. Now, Pedersen. Voivoda. Over to Coco. Yildiz comes over. Played beyond him. Lazaro, who's now on the left side to make room for Pedersen. Plays it forward. Souza. Nothing doing. Cope Miners. Oh my God. Cope sleeping. Linetti wins it. Come on. Shambles, boys. One 69 minutes, 15 seconds in. Taram going Route 1. Gonzalez, what a touch. My God. Settles it for Mbangula. Cross coming in, easily headed out, Sosa. They try to retain possession. They can't, though, so Savona eats it up. Jesus, just give the ball to Luis. He's right there. And Yildiz now can't settle. Now he's in a battle with Shea Adams. He can't win it. Linetti to Sosa. Foul on the back there. And it all restarts. Get the ball to the guys that need to be on it. We're looking at a substitution that's about to happen. It's Cambiaso. Savona is the one coming off. And Cambiaso will stay on the right. I like that. And Cambiaso needs to show, flu or not or whatever, he needs to show something. And I know he's just come back from injury, etc. Now he's got a flu, an illness or something, but sack up. Let's go. We need you to make something happen. We need some magic. Gatti easily shielding this one all the way to Di Gregorio. Picks it up. Cambiaso is on his right. He's carrying it forward. He's waving his hand motion for Cambiaso to get more forward, to give him a little bit more of an edge on Lazaro there. McKennie on it now. Back to Kalulu. Luis has dropped to collect. He's on it now. Shea Adams coming in to close down. Quickly played to Gatti. Gatti's going to carry forward. He's got pressure coming on him. Slotted inside. Oh, Gonzalez. Pay attention, man. Quicker. Quicker. Souza. Back to Vanja Milinkovic-Savic. Launch forward. Trying to settle the ball there. Gatti battling with Adams. And now he finds Coco. Has Sosa to his left. Plays it to him. Yildiz watching him. Now up the flank. But Cambiaso sees it out for a throw-in. If that Torino bench gets up anymore... This is insane that the ref hasn't just like... They're getting up for nothing. For absolutely nothing. Like 5 at a time. 6 at a time. Sit the fuck down. Sosa. Over to the back. Ricci. Coco. Sent over from Maripan. Out to Lazaro. Here's a cross coming in, and Kalulu heads it down. Thuram wins it. Launches it forward for Gonzalez. Touch off his knee, but he does manage to get it to Mbangula. Overlap coming from McKennie. Quick, you guys, eh? It's 1-1. Let's go. Over to McKennie. Feints the quick ball in. And we slow to an absolute stop. Pooh! Oy, 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 oy. Kalulu to Cambiaso. Back to Kalulu. To Thuram. Into Luiz. Little one touch for... There you go. And Thuram trying to drive, but the touch lets him down. No fouls, boys. Come on. It was a nice attempt at some one-touch play between all the midfielders. It almost amounts to something. Oh, Di Gregorio punches it out, keeps it in. Oof, Cambiaso. Ooh, guys, I'm nervous. I am nervous as hell. We got 15 minutes to smarten up and find a goal here. This is disaster, you guys. This is disaster. Kenny to Kalulu to Thuram to Coal Miners. Back to Thuram. Over to Luiz. And now over the top. Up ahead for Cambiaso. Come on. To Luiz again. Over to Gatti. Just going around the horn. At some point, you guys got to make something happen. Inside to Coal Miners. Out to Mbangula. Gets to his left. Good ball. Yes! Oh, Gonzalez didn't quite connect enough, but still, Vanja Milinkovic-Savic had to direct it out. Now Vlasic trying to buy time for Torino. Carrying it up that flank. Back and now to Vanja, and he's just going to launch this one. Ooh. Gets it out going towards that flank, and McKennie has to play it. Shoulders it down. Still Juve's ball. Come on, you guys, hey? You just got a chance there. Don't let him breathe. Get it back out to the outside. Now up ahead for Mbangula. He could turn. Is he going to take his man on again? No, this time too long to make your decision. Holy shit, boys. Woo! Roche, I agree with you 100%, Roche, and I said it. We draw this game. It's absolute disaster. You have Mbangula leaving the pitch. Tim Weah is the only attacking player you have other than Adzic, and it is Timothy Weah coming in here. 76 minute, 28 seconds, 1-1. Weah pushing them back. Kalulu stepping in to try and win this one. Gatti collects with Adams, putting pressure on our back line. Quick touch from Cambiaso to Luiz. Now Luiz finding Coal Miners. He dummies it to the outside for Yildiz. Overlap from Cambiaso on his left foot. And that shot's blocked. Will Cambiaso let it run? No, he stops it. Collects it. Working on the touchline against Lazaro. His cross is blocked. Thuram trying to head this one in play there. Gonzalez gets up for it. In the end, Vlasic can't see it. Cleared. To the outside for Weah. He's going to tee one up. That's dipping. Vanja stops it. Yildiz for Luiz. Left-footed hit. Blocked. The pressure's on. Flicked on for Yildiz. Oh, tried to volley. That's better pressure. Keep pressuring. Rip it. Let's go. You have a line of sight. Start shooting the ball. Fire the damn thing. Come on. Interesting strike and dipping from Weah. Hey, Vanja's got it parried away, and then we get a scramble. Start firing this damn ball and chasing it in. Let's find something. You got to get ugly sometimes. And that's something I've said through our struggles offensively and stuff. Stop being cute. Just keep it simple. Fire the damn ball. Oh, I think Nico's offside there, but Yildiz is on and he's battling with Sosa. Loses the ball eventually. Adams on it here, but Thuram comes in to clean it up. Now Gatti plays forward for Yildiz. Oh, tried to head it back, but that's... And then the foul. And we just completely let them regroup. Oh, 78 minutes, 36 seconds, 1-1. I am close to just absolutely losing my shit that we are in this predicament with a team in the run of form that Torino is going into this one. This should have been a business-like session. And you know what's infuriating is that how this second half has really played out, there was nothing stopping us in the first half from being on the ball this much other than our own sheer stubbornness to continue to drop in 1-goal leads. Thuram trying to go route one for Nico Gonzalez. He gets there ahead of Maripan. His touch back for Weah is no good. Chewed up. Pedersen carrying it forward now. Trying to make a move up that flank. And his touch gets away from him. Makes a mess of it. Will Regan the ball through a throw-in. Renato, have faith. Okay. I will have faith. Fino alla fine, right? So let's go. Let's find this winner. Let's find this winner. We have to have 3 points. Fino alla fine. Luis. To the outside for Cambiaso. Up ahead for Cope Miners. Carrying it forward. Sosa will now switch on to watching him. Drops the ball back for Cambiaso. Cambiaso now switching it to the outside left for McKennie. Up ahead for Weah. Being watched by Voivoda. Is going to take him on. Left or right. Cuts inside. Drops it for Thuram. Thuram. Tries in the end a little through ball. Not close. Adams now settles it. Has an option to his left. Plays it to him. Now Torino moving up the flank through Lazaro. Big run through the middle here for Adams. Lazaro doesn't take it. Cuts inside. Tees one up. And that's always high from Di Gregorio's goal. 80 minutes. 42 seconds. Oh, Gonzalez didn't connect with enough heat on that one. Cross in from Mbangula. Ends up hitting it with his knee, it looked like. Knee or shin. McKennie's on it here. 81 minutes, 14 seconds. Gatti. Almost at the half line. Pulls up. Drops it for Luis, who's scanning. Not a lot of movement. Not a lot of activity from off the ball standpoint in Juventus. Kalulu to Luis. Luis looking ahead after he distributes that ball to the flank for McKennie, and he's just looking in disbelief that nobody is actively moving. He's looking for targets nobody is showing. Yildiz beats Sosa on the first step, tries to meg the next man, but he gets the original foul call on Sosa. 82 minutes, 10 seconds. Huh. Kalulu to Luis. To Cambiaso. Back to Kalulu. To Cope Miners. To the outside for McKennie. Up forward for Thuram. Being watched by Ricci. And Ricci stands him up. No foul. Back out to Ricci. Back out to Pedersen. Launched up for Vlasic. Now he's going to keep carrying. Plays it out for Lazaro. And look at Sosa bombing forward. They're not looking to waste time in transition. Looking to hit. Here's Sosa, ball in. Headed out. Stopped by Pedersen. Has Voivoda coming out to the right. Played to the outside. Cross in. Easily blocked by Thuram. Oh my God. Big foul there. But what are we doing? So slow. So slow. I just, like, Torino gets the ball. Go. We get the ball when they come back and attack us, and it's just fucking slow up. Slow up, meaningless possession, useless possession. Slow as slow can be. To McKennie, up ahead for Weah. McKennie into Thuram, being watched by Ricci. Does turn. Still trying to work away. Where's the foul? Holy Christ, just call it dead here. All hands. And to the face. Take your pick. Madonna though. 84 minutes, 30 seconds, 1-1. Cambiaso on it now on the right flank. Yildiz cuts inside. Cambiaso plays it in for Gonzalez. Foul there, but Cambiaso comes away with it. Hit, and that's easily corralled by Vanja Malinkovic-Savic. Got nothing on it. Didn't get much on it at all. Maybe Juve needs a defeat to get going. Huh? You'd think the fan discussions, the heat they're getting from fans, even the tifosi traveling, you think the media, you think all this, and we have had losses. Not in Serie A, but we have had losses. And we know that this is not good enough. You can't be drawing sides like this. You can't be playing like this against teams that are in this form. And it's always when you're up. Lately, it's always been when you're up. So you do your work. You come out. You've been starting on time. You fix that. You've been getting the goal. But it's everything that follows after that just shows me you don't have that instinct to take you that distance. Yildiz to Gonzalez to Cope. Here's a cross coming in, and that's Voivoda. That's going to easily head this one out. McKennie settles it. Back for Kalulu. Luiz has come back to collect, but Kalulu's on it. And just taking a year just to put a 5-foot ball next to McKennie there. Weah into Luiz, into Kalulu. Now out to Gatti. Like, if they're going to overload a flank, you move it out quick. You don't move it out slow so that you can take advantage of the space that's been created on the opposite side. Cambiaso to Kalulu. Now over to McKennie. Weah making a move to the outside. Thuram making a move to the inside. He gets it. Up ahead for Weah. McKennie making a move forward. Over to Thuram. Thuram over the top trying to find Gonzalez. That's headed out by Coco. And now Luiz steps into it. Settles it for Cope Miners. Over to Cambiaso. Cuts inside. Nothing doing. Back to the outside for Yildiz. Can he turn on Sosa? Does turn the ball. Does square him up. Feints across. Back in for Cambiaso. Being watched by Lazaro. Now to Luiz. Back outside for Cambiaso. Everybody's just in the area. Nobody's showing for. Here's a cross coming in. There's a touch in the battle between Gonzalez and Coco, but he easily falls to Vanja Malinkovic-Savic. We're heading for disaster, everybody. We are heading for disaster. Drawing this game is absolute disaster and nothing short of it. And anyone that's going to try to tell me different, I will disagree. Completely disagree. Kalulu to Luiz. Now to the outside for Cambiaso. Settles it and back to Di Gregorio. To Kalulu. Midfielders too far away. Colt Miners and Thuram. Luiz has dropped back level with them to collect. Pops this one over the top. Sosa goes up for it. Now will be in the middle of the park. Colt Miners can't win that aerial. Vlasic comes away with it, carrying it forward. Driving. Now out to Lazaro. Settles. Right-footed cross in. Gatti heads it clear. Tried to settle it down there. That's a foul on Coco. Coming in on Gonzalez. Both players. And Gonzalez saying no. Do not come out. Got a nice head to the cheek of Coco. That's going to rock him. Unbelievable, you guys. 89th minute. It's 1-1. I'll hit you with the stats while we have this stoppage. 58% possession in favor of Juventus. 14 total attempts for Juve. 11 for Torino. One big chance this entire game has fallen to Juve. It's been much better second half from Juve. 63% possession. 12 attempts to Torino's 5. There's nothing that should have stopped us from doing this in the first half when you walk away with them having 6 attempts to our 2. 54% possession in favor out of the first half versus 63 in the second half. There was nothing stopping us from winning that ball. And that's what's infuriating. Managing games, managing moments. The best way for this team to manage is on the ball, foot on the throttle, unless you're playing a team that's going to completely bomb numbers forward and dominate possession. You know, like when we look to that City game, completely different. But this, we got 4 minutes of stoppage time. It's up to this. 4 minutes to get the job done. Torino making changes now. NG coming in. Lazaro heading out. Looks like Sosa is going to be the one called out. So Sosa, Shea Adams, Lazaro all out for Torino. Coming in will be Walukovic, Sanabria, and Ingi. Tony roast beef. Jeez, Berto, you acting like we lost already. Huh. 4 minutes to prove me otherwise. Actually, 3 now. And a draw in this, that's a loss. Di Gregorio launching this one. Nico's going to go up for it. Coco winning that battle. Down in front for Vlasic. Sends it to the outside for Pedersen. Taking on McKennie. Drops it to the back. Cross coming in. Di Gregorio headed back by Sanabria. Ingi being watched by Cambiaso. Oh my goodness. It's a scramble. It goes out for a corner kick. My word, you guys. Oh my goodness. My goodness. Corner coming in, sent in. Oof, headed out, but it only goes to the back post. Vlasic now working with Yildiz there. Oof, Walukovic there. Headed down by Yildiz. Finally, we clear it forward. McKennie trying to get to this thing. Does very well to take that thing down. Ricci ends up winning it, but it's off of him. Throwing for Juventus. We've got a minute and a half remaining, everybody, from a draw that is a loss. Make no mistake about it, okay? absolute shambles here to draw a team in this form. Derby or not, this thing hasn't been a derby for years. 36 matches, this thing has not been a derby. 1-1, 93rd minute. Aspetta. Because it's 1-1. Yeah, take longer. Take longer, you guys. Aspetta. Are you waiting for me to come out there? Let's go, you guys. Hour clock. Come on. Fucking hell. Ball sent in. Oh, Thuram tries to just direct that to goal, but in the end, easily caught by Milinkovic-Savic. 10 seconds away from the 94th minute, but there's been even more stoppages that have gone down. I'm wondering how much extra he's going to tack on to this, but we're staring down the barrel of the 1-1. And G up on the flank. Is he going to try to cut in? He does. Cambiasso wins it over to Gatti, over to Luiz. And now flip forward outside to Weah. Closed down by Pedersen quickly. Up ahead to Yildiz. Pushed back by Walukovic. And then he makes his turn in to Kalulu. That should be advanced. Look at this guy, man. Jesus Christ. Dude's a joke. Watching a fucking Sunday leaguer run around like a hothead. Kalulu. Over to Thuram. To McKennie. And that's game. Holy shit. Holy shit, boys. Madonna mia. Madonna mia. Chi cazzo stiamo facendo? Eh? Ma chi cazzo stiamo facendo? Every match. The exact same. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. This thing about players coming in January, like, it's beyond the individuals. The mentality has not been groomed. The game management has not. Like, I'm telling you, this is disaster. Okay? I said on this morning's show, this had to be 3 points. I said Motta's not in the hot seat yet. But this is unbelievable. Atalanta, Milan, Napoli, now on deck. Okay? These people that are trying to feed me time, patience, project, but then you're pointing to the Premier League as your examples? Klopp, Pep, Arteta? We don't have the financial backing of those teams. I went over it all this morning. 5th place in England gets you £40 million. That's 8th place, sorry, 8th. 5th place in Italy gets you 12 million euros. This project dies immediately without Champions League, and it completely changes. Long term doesn't get there without short term results. We have failed to win consecutive matches in league since Como and Verona, the first 2 games of the season. This is insane, okay? Milan. And this whole project thing, whatever. There is no project. There is Juventus and there is results. I'm not saying you had to have won the title, but Jesus, we are playing around with top 4 now, which is bare bones, bare minimum objective. A team like Juve, I don't want to be compared to the English sides that have insane revenues and all this. Like we said, top 8, finishing 8th in your league gets you £40 million. Look, It comes down to results. It comes down to progress. It comes down to what you're getting done. Ain't nothing changing. Ain't nothing changing. I'm sorry, individuals this, individual that. I'm going to keep things level for each of 3 coaches in their first terms. And everything that was said about those guys, I'm going to keep level now. Whatever the hell is going on right now, it ain't happening. And on top of it, you play like this and you're too good for certain guys when you don't have the money to go out and grab just anybody. You got to overextend yourself for guys, and now all of a sudden you're too good and you're pushing everybody out? What are we doing? This thing is crazy. It's crazy. This should have been a business-like performance against a team that's in awful form. The Derby has had no spice, no fire forever. And again, second half to first half, you get the 1-goal lead, and the possession statistics in the second half, 63% for us, 13 attempts to their 5. Instead, the first half, after you go 1 up, you split possession damn near in half, and they're the ones coming out with 6 opportunities to our 2. It's rinse and repeat. Same old, same old. The results are what counts at the end of the day. Everything else becomes noise. I'm at my wit's end with these performances. This is crazy. I don't even want to hear about players missing whatever. What we had on the pitch, that's not good enough to beat Torino? How? How is it not? Look, you're in January. We're January 11th. And we're talking about the same issues over and over and over. Mentality weak. Approach weak. We're talking about lack of chemistry up top. Lack of ideas and creation. We're talking about no urgency. Slow play. We're talking about dropping off when you've got a lead. Guys, it's been months. It's been months. I'm exhausted. I'm fucking drained with this rinse and repeat. Still undefeated though. You know, I don't work for the club, everybody. I've got no financial gain. You know, I've got no commitments to the club. I am a fan. That's it. And I'm not going to piss in all of your cups and tell you this is apple juice. This is disaster. This is disaster. That's a loss. That is an absolute 100% loss. Your standings, Juve remain in 5th spot. We have a game in hand on Lazio to go equal with them at 36 points. Is everything all and done and lost? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's not all done and lost, but what you have now is a scramble between 4 clubs and 1 position. Okay? 5 clubs because we're considered in there. But you've got Lazio, Fiorentina, Bologna, and Milan, all that are going to battle for that 4th spot. Milan is at 27 points with 3 games in hand and have brought in Conceição, who will make a difference. Fonseca has been on the brink of being fired for months. They're barely off of us. Project doesn't matter. Results matter. Zlatan's in there. You don't think he understands that that's not good enough for Milan? Is this good enough for Juve? For you? If you're telling yourself that this is good enough because of circumstances, no, there's no circumstances other than what we've done, which is spend a shit ton in the summer. The mental gymnastics that people are going through right now is insane to me. Okay? It's insane to me. Saying we didn't actually spend 168 million because we got rid of like 102. Barely any of those guys that we got rid of actually played for Juve, and only 2 actually had significant impact. So the mental gymnastics there is mind-blowing, okay? Dells is asking me immediately, do I want Motta sacked then? I don't know the options behind this guy right now. Right now, as we sit right now, I don't know what the options are, okay? I don't know what the options are. What are the names? Who could come? I'm not involved there behind the scenes. I don't know. Do I want him sacked right this second? I always said this month makes or breaks Thiago Motta for me. Right now, it's not all lost. But where's my faith in lining up against Atalanta, Milan, and Napoli all on the trot? It's questionable. It's questionable. And I'm optimistic going into schedules and games all the time. But I'm telling you, I'm thinking about it. Because how far do we go? And again, it is critical to hit top 4. So I'm not there yet, but my God, I'm not far. I am not far from it. I don't know. I'm not far, but I'm at my wit's end, everybody. I'm at my wit's end with this. It's rinse and repeat, and it doesn't matter how shitty the teams we play are. It doesn't matter the poor run of form that they're in. We can't snap out of this. We just cannot snap out of this. And I don't know what's going to change this all of a sudden. And I'm not going to bank on a couple individuals coming in and all of a sudden all is well. It was injuries this, injuries that, and then you get all these guys back and it still doesn't change. Doesn't, like, this thing, I'm telling you, I've said it over and over and over. It starts and it ends with Thiago Motta, period. Starts and ends with him, period. Okay? Period. And another thing, there was a graphic that came up. I'm going to try to find it because people were using this as well. And it was talking about the coaches. It was talking about the numbers. And without getting into direct comparisons, but talking about some of the stuff I've heard, you know? And I did find the graphic. I will pull it up here. And it's right here, everybody. So it's your points. It's your points in comparing to coaches during other seasons, during other tenures. And this is like up there with some of the worst. When you look at Del Neri, and this was after the last match, points up until this point. And somebody looked at the top and looked at Lipian's 34 points. That's why you keep Motta. He's only a couple off that pace. Context matters, everybody. Motta does not carry the CV of Marcello Lippi. If you're going to give somebody leash, you're going to give more leash, more trust in a guy that's delivered at crazy stages. The other thing is, too, even at 34 points at that juncture in that season, the objectives were all still ahead of us. We won the Scudetto in that season. So the fact that he's only 2 points from that means nothing in the grand scheme of things. They played less matches, too, because there was 18 clubs in the league during that season. It's not apples to apples. People are reaching and grasping and doing everything they can. I have zero allegiance to who the man is doing the job. I like Motta. I want him to succeed because I want Juve to succeed. But everybody along the line has a job to do. And at the end of the day, it is about results. And again, if you want to make any comparisons, it's 1 year. You make it in the first year. Motta's first year. And the rest becomes noise because we're contradicting everything that first guys that came back, or first season coaches went through, and all the criticism they face and everything. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. He got it even better than some of those other guys because some of those other guys moved in without mercados behind them. People are acting like Mota showed up in September, for fuck's sakes. This guy's been working with Giuntoli before he even signed his contract. If he can't get it done with the guys that we've gone out and spent good money for him specifically, that he's given his stamp of approval for, I'm at a loss. What makes me want to shell out even more from a club's perspective? It's crazy. It is crazy. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You know? I like Mota. I respect that he's not taking any of the alibis and everything, but respect and like has nothing to do with getting the job done. If this team does not finish top 4, I'm concerned about keeping assets, keeping key players. I'm concerned about everything that moves forward. Okay? It's just it's wild. It's wild. What do I blame Mota for today? The same thing that we do every game in, game out. I said it. There's nothing stopping us from at 1-0 still controlling possession, still poking and prodding, still going for more. There's nothing stopping us from doing that. There was nothing stopping us from having the ball for 63% possession instead of having them grow just because you're 1-0 up and it's time after time after time going over and over and over. Corner kick, corner kick, corner kick. Shit, I saw it in the chat. People are like, we're going to concede. It's a matter of time. Yeah, it's insane to me how similar this is to a couple other guys and the difference of what everybody was saying about those situations to now. And I said it today on the air. Everybody's hung on a word. They're hung on a word that I want to just smash, and that's project. There is no project, everybody. Okay? There are facts. Facts, Juve had financial problems. Facts, you need to fix that. You need to correct that. The other fact is results directly affect your finances because you have to get into top 4 and reach it. Is it in jeopardy? Is it in serious jeopardy right now? This is why I say no. It isn't in insane jeopardy now. That's why I always said this month is make or break for Mota because it could. It could become in serious jeopardy. We're banking on Lazio to drop off. We're banking on Fiorentina to drop off. It might not happen to the degree we want. Milan could easily throw it in. They've got 3 games in hand. This could easily shift significantly. It's got to be better, you guys. We can't keep saying the same things over and over and over. I don't know. Another reason why I'm infuriated of what we did today is that you're playing this game and you're limited as far as impact goes. You are limited as far as the impact that you can make off the bench. You don't let up after 1. You can't afford to. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to me what we see. I want to give a shout out to Rick Owsey that dropped in with a super chat comment. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can holy smokes chat. You guys going on absolute fire, but we had one from Rick Owsey there, and just want to highlight and shout out. Here goes. We had one from Azzurri Juve here, which is Has a coach ever said drawing is all that matters? If they did, via. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, ciao. And I'm going to continue to scan for another one. I believe was Rick Aussie. Here we go. No Juve DNA in this team. Exit door. Enough is enough. So some are already there. I remain adamant. Okay? I remain adamant. This month makes or breaks, but this draw here is disaster, and it is 1,000% a loss for Juventus. 100% a loss. Same old, same old. Let's get into some of the Storm the Barn. We did get Alex Pease here. Great strike, but we should have never left him in that position. Juve Pulse, does Mota think this is PlayStation game? Why keep playing Cope as a 10? Why so stubborn? It's stubborn with a lot of things. And you know what? Can we talk about him getting sent off again? Can we talk about that? We need you there, man. Your team is on the brink. We know. You said it yourself. You don't get yourself sent off for just dissent and nonsense arguments. The only reason you're getting so fired up is because your team's playing like shit. And it's playing the same way it has for months. That's the only reason you're so fired up. Can we talk about him getting sent off again? We need you there, man. We need you there. Oh my goodness. And it wasn't even for anything good. It wasn't even for a good reason. Should he not take some heat for being sent off in that? Insane to me. Forza Juve, why? Fuck, does Luis have to scream to our players for them to make runs offensively? It's like they never have played football before, or is Mota not allowing them to attack with numbers? At this point and this topic, I have no idea what the case is. You saw me towards the end of the game when Yildiz was making good runs, smart runs, and Savona looks him off and then just puts his hand up like that. What put your hand up like that? Let's go! And if I'm the coach, if I'm on the sidelines, I want Yildiz to go in those 1v1 scenarios. I want you to put the ball there. What is this? No. Motherfucker, you're down. You're drawing 1-1 right now in a critical matchup before going into some massive matchups. What is this? No. Play the ball forward. The goals are scored up front. Papa Gio says it the best. The goals are scored up front. When they do make the runs, give them the damn ball. I'm coming in. What do you think about playing our wingers according to their strong foot instead of inverted wingers? I'm going to be honest here. I think the bigger thing is the freedom. And today we actually did see good freedom from Imbangula and even Yildiz. How many times did you see them swap sides? A lot of movement there. I'm fine whether they're inverted or they're not, excuse me. But I really don't think at the end of the day, the bigger thing is the freedom from them, not having them pinned to sidelines. But it definitely helps from a crossing perspective. Yildiz did throw in some good, dangerous crosses, and it's easier for them to do that on their strong foot. So maybe that is the play moving forward. They like inverted because it can get them to cut in for shots, but at the end of the day, Yildiz will get his shots whether he's right, left, whatever. So I'm fine with either. I just think freedom's a big key there. Antonio Spinazzola. Mota's seat has to be hot. Why are we constantly playing deep after a goal when we have quality and show quality to score more? I wish I had the answers. I'm infuriated though. My face is like boiling. I'm going red. I'm so infuriated right now. Seriously. You guys have you do have an idea. I don't know. I don't understand how you can't learn from the same constant letdowns over and over and over. This is like being with a girlfriend who's an absolute psychopath and not learning your lesson. You're just a sucker for punishment. You're getting beat up left, right, and center. and you just keep taking the hits. When do you snap out of it? It's bigger than players. It's bigger than individuals. It's bigger than positioning. It's bigger than formation. It's all here. And this team does not change until Mota does. I do not understand. Are we so crunched for results that we are so nervous that we think we have to protect one goal? We play better when games are level. Everybody can see it. We play better when you're possessing more and everything. We still have to do more in terms of creation and everything, but you play better. There's no need. You don't have to go guns blazing to where you open yourselves up completely at the back, but you definitely don't drop off to the tune where you finish a first half against this awful Torino side with only a few attempts. That's shocking stuff, you guys. Shocking stuff. We've got guys that want to get into the call, okay? I am going to open up the lines. We have more Storm the Barns. We'll go through it with some of these callers. And again, I'm going to put this up. I have a little bit of time here still to rock this because this is just insane. It's insanity. But we're going to kick things off just in order. Just text me at that number if you want to call in, okay? So first things first. We always got the usual suspects, and I love them, okay? But we got to rock with our guy Pino here. Pino, what the hell, man?
Let me go. First of all, listen, man. Consistency, none. Communication, none. Chemistry, none. He puts guys in for 90 minutes that haven't played more than 10 minutes. Like, we play on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And we're exhausted now.
Yeah.
Like, we play fucking Tuesday, bro. Tuesday.
Oh, I know.
My God, so, man, fino alla fine non più. There is no more to the end. Do you know how many goals we have to give up, bro, in the last seconds? Because we clock out. We just chill, relax, and they score. Fino alla fine to the end. It's not there. Oh, God,
what I can't understand is things aren't lining up with everything he said about how he wanted to groom the team mentally and how he wanted this team to be. It's not resembling anything that he spoke to earlier on. So if we think about what he said earlier on, like he wants a team that every team hates to play against, that's not true when you sit back. That's not, every team would rather have a team sit back than go at them. So that's not happening. He wants meritocracy. Where the fuck is the merit in a guy that's not having an impact but continuously never getting substituted out? And yeah, I'm talking about a guy we signed for him that he gave the green light on that he can't figure out how to make effective, which is Cope Miners. Between the two of them, they're starting to make a mess of this thing right now. Fagioli, 5 minutes at a time, but you're struggling for creation. You're struggling for support. You're looking for a more advanced support player. Did Danilo merit to be absolutely blackballed out of this thing? Things aren't lining up, man.
How are we throwing away players?
How can
on our bench?
You got Vlahovic that has put in 3 performances in a row where I think he's absolutely checked out, and you never prior thought about utilize, and I still say it, that Yildiz can occupy that role, technically help you, just like Gonzalez technically helped that position today. How do you let this continue on? That has nothing to do with meritocracy. So he talks about all these things, but it's not being backed up on the pitch. And that tells me that if that's what you actually wanted to achieve, you're not doing it because we're not seeing it. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But we are flat as flat can be. And it's rinse and repeat game in, game out. And it's Groundhog Day. I said it last game, and it's Groundhog Day, brother. I don't know what to say.
How many crosses into the middle? Nobody attacks the ball. Oh, my favorite was when Yildiz and Nico were both kicking at the same exact ball, dead center, right in front of the fucking net. Communicate.
It's crazy.
This is Juventus, bro. And I tell you, you know, Elkin, fucking, you're an American, bro. Go fucking MLS. This is a fucking business corporation. Like this is DNA.
When it comes to
father to son, father to sons, father to sons, this is, and they're breaking the DNA down. They're throwing away players and giving minus the fucking captain, man. What has he done to get the captain, man? Give it back to Gotti. You know, and Douglas Luiz looked more like a captain to me.
yeah,
People around the pitch trying to make things happen, trying to get things fired up. You know, and Coop gets it, slows it down. Like, bro, listen, this isn't Bologna, this isn't Atlanta, this is fucking Juventus.
I'm with you,
man. I
man.
want somebody gonna get in front of the microphone and say, this is fucking Juventus.
I'm with you, man. Torino got the ball, and it was boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, exactly,
Flanks bombing, like whatever, and we get it, and it's safe, stop, slow, and it's just like, what are you waiting for? Are they waiting for me to go out there and fucking, like, wait at least till I get my second ACL back and going? But Jesus, Madonna, man, I'm with you. Let's get to some Storm the Barns here. And one from Forza Juve right now saying, do you think we should sack Motta and let Doris the lunch lady take over? It can't get worse, right? I'm not there right now. I wouldn't do it right now.
I think the biggest problem is Jutani, first of all. Because, listen, you know the situation where we're lacking players. You know we have 3 competition. Bro, like, how do you not have things lined up? Just like the summer. We're chasing players. I mean, all the news we're getting, this guy's got, he's not on the market. Who the fuck are we getting? Like,
you don't build teams in January, flat out. You don't build teams in January.
He had nothing lined up, though. They send away a defense. We're already short on center back, and you send away a defense, and you will give him for free to Napoli.
I'm still saying, like, and I stand firm. I said so on the preview free agency. We should have brought in one body, and you should have looked to bring in a loan recall and make things lighter in January. Why do we have to overextend? And I'm skeptical about spending more money when we're not delivering with the guys we paid a lot for this summer. It's wild to me. So I'm not ready to break the bank for Motta. I don't think he needs to be fired tomorrow, but Jesus, man, this January, the rest of January becomes compromised, and it's crazy. So let's see what happens. But brother,
these guys are exhausted, bro. These guys are exhausted right now.
It's crazy.
Will's broke. What are we gonna do on Tuesday, bro?
Well, that's gonna be
that's gonna a loss on Tuesday, bro. Honestly, how are they gonna bounce back?
It's gonna be a doozy. We gotta wait, and that's the thing. We keep saying, hey, hopefully they snap out of it. Hopefully we turn around. We gotta wait and see. But brother, thank you for the call in. We're gonna keep the lines rolling, and best of luck with your back procedure there, buddy. And
appreciate you, buddy. Have a good one.
Ciao.
Ciao. Bye.
Yeah, so, the emotions are hot. Everybody's running hot right now. We got Alex P. He's looking to come in. We're going to get him in too, okay? We're going to try to keep things rolling. We're going to try to get to Storm the Barn while we talk to Juventini, Tifosi.
Hey, Berto.
Hey, man. Madonna mia. What are we doing?
Nothing new, literally. I don't know. I don't know what this guy is talking to the players at halftime. Consistently, our second halves suck ass.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he talking about? They might need to go the tech route and just put the headphones on at halftime.
Man, remember what I said when these guys were talking, like certain outlets? I think CBS was one. I think there was others, and they were saying like the players are positive. They're coming out. They have no idea why things aren't working for them, and etc. And I said that's more frightening to me.
Yeah,
is when I hear them say that they can't figure out why it's not transmitting in the game. That's actually more concerning. I would rather have them say like, oh, we need to do this better. We need to do this. Like, these are areas we definitely need to focus. Them walking around saying, we don't really know. Like, we're confident in training. We're doing all this and it's not transmitting. That's actually way more concerning for me, man. But this is crazy though. This is a loss. This is disaster today.
Yeah. It's terrible. We keep losing points to the bottom feeders. Venezia, now Torino, they were all terrible before our games.
Man, this
And they come into the games knowing they can get something out of us. They are sure they can get something out.
exactly.
No doubt in their minds.
Exactly. And I told you, like I just said to Pino, like all this talk about what he wanted to do, like a team that's feared. We're not feared. There's no fear there. We do the same thing. We let these teams we let these teams believe for no reason. There was the second half today when you started to get back onto like 93% or 63% possession. There was nothing stopping us in the first half from dominating the ball and do other than the same relapse that we always go through. And
I think there are tactical stuff you can adjust to be better, more effective when you put teams under. But yeah, definitely against these kind of teams, nothing is stopping you.
no, nothing is stopping us from playing, at least being on the ball for the rest of that first half, and you probably see yourself out, but corner after corner after corner after corner.
Forget the set pieces. They're out. We literally unlearned everything Max taught us about set pieces.
It's
they're out of the window.
It's wild, man. Like just I have no words. I have no words because we're sitting here as frustrated tifosi and we're saying the same thing over and over and over, and the guys that are in charge, the guys that need to be making the adjustments, making the corrections, it ain't happening. I don't even know.
The worst part for me is that the tools are there. The tools are there to do much better.
And I agree 1000%.
But for some reason, the tools we need, they are fixated to send them out.
Yeah.
Danilo, Fagioli. Why? You need those type of players. And people are telling, but we lost Bremer. If your team is held up by a single player, you don't have anything. You don't have a team. You don't have an idea what you're doing.
That is strong, and I agree with you. It is. It was always going to affect us, but my God.
Sure, of course.
But
like to this point,
to this,
it's ridiculous.
Exactly, to this degree, to this extent, to not get by the clubs that we can't get by, I'm with you. I 100% agree. It's beyond painful, man. It's beyond painful.
To get to the point, for me, he has to go.
Right now?
This month, if we don't fire him this month, we're going to lose everything.
Would you do it right now, though, or do you want to see through a couple?
Yeah, sure. Right now, yeah, sure. If we have someone lined up, yeah. But this month for me is over. With this, we couldn't get the win here. It's done. Like, we're going to have a horrendous month. If we don't get the wheels turning this month,
yeah,
for me, it's over.
And that's where I'm at right now. He's on the brink for me. Like, he is on the brink. I don't want to wait till it's dangerous, but it's right on the edge right now. He's on the edge right now. He's just.
We need to turn things around right now.
Yeah, he's on a tightrope for me right now. He's walking a tightrope, so we'll see. But my God, man, it's not looking promising with the remaining opponents. So let's see, man. Great having you on, though, brother. We got to start doing this under better circumstances, though. Jesus, man, I'm telling you, it's infuriating. But we'll see. Ciao. Hey, bro.
Thanks a lot.
Ciao. Yeah, it's just some fans are there. Some fans are ready to pull the trigger. It's tough. It is tough. I don't honestly know. I don't have the answers. I don't have the solutions. It's not just him. It's a bit of everything. Yeah, thoughts going into Atalanta and Milan, scared and pissed off. It's not even that I'm scared. It's that I just, I'm becoming numb to the rinse and repeat performances. At what point do we, finally see something that is different? Jesus. And we gotta say, hey, I'm just gonna say this. Once they start asking me to get them out of the chat, I'll start doing it. So, Forza Inter, that's it. Do you think this is more of a mentality problem or tactical problem or both? I say both. I stand firm, individuals, tactics, etc. It is more mentality. It is approach, it is aggression, it is understanding what's better for you moving forward. For us, it is not better to shut down on one goal. We're not good enough. You haven't developed second, third, fourth gear. So to drop back when you're trying to level up, trying to get to that point, you can't go slow all the way down and then pick it back up again. It doesn't work like that. We're not good enough. I still say it's mentality. It's mentality. And I'm going to go as far to say that I think there is even more. There is even more when it comes to mentality, when you're changing captains' armbands over and over and over, and meritocracy, all this. He's counteractive to the shit he's talking about being key to his Juventus. What the hell is his Juventus? His Juventus is rinse and repeat so far. And it's draws. Draventus. Jeez. Now, we will get to ratings. We'll get to players. We'll get to some of the good stuff that I liked and didn't like. And then we're going to call Papa Gio. And we'll see how that goes. Okay? But we're going to get to the ratings here. We got fixtures, Torino, Juventus, lineup. So your rankings, Di Gregorio, 6.6. Savona, 7. Gatti, 7. Kalulu, 7.4. McKennie, 6.8. I don't really have anything to add on anything at the back there. I'm not so sure anybody went as high to get a 7.4 like Kalulu. Could probably go 6.8s all around. Nothing crazy from the back. I don't know if Savona reaches a 7 for me. A lot of hesitancy from him, especially getting forward. Luiz at a 7.4. I am down with a 7.4, 7.5 there from him. Thuram's at a 7.3. I'm fair there. Mbangula finished with 6.8. Yep. Cope at a 6.5. I'm not so sure he got off where they start at 6. Keenan Yildiz finished with an 8.3. Obviously, our goal, brilliant goal. Gonzalez at a 7.4. The three best performers for me were Yildiz, Gonzalez, and Douglas Luiz. If I had to name a man of the match for me, it would probably be, even despite the goal and everything, probably Luiz. 92 touches. 94% pass accuracy, 3 key passes in there, 9 for 11 on long balls, switching the field, getting field going there. He won 3 out of 4 ground duels, won 2 out of 3 aerial duels, only lost the ball 8 times. He was solid. He was solid, and I think Yildiz is a shout for man of the match too. Nico Gonzalez probably just behind them, but they were the 3 standouts for me in terms of performances. Yeah, we're gonna get to some couple quick storm the barns before we call it Gio. Mota needs to leave now. There you go. There are fans that have been there. Players deserve a lot of blame too. Mota is the manager, yes, but they seem to be absolutely scared. And who's guiding them? Where does the fear come from? I always say, managers, your teams are reflections of you. If you have aggression, your teams are aggression. If you're a fiery coach, they will defend at least with fire. They will protect. They will. It's not. There is a disconnect there between Mota and the players. There is a disconnect on what we see on the pitch. If you want to manage games, you want to go through this, you have to know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. So at some point, you're the one steering this thing. Steer them clear. Steer them clear of that. Why is Douglas Luiz so slow and nonchalant in his play? Some call it composure. He's composed. But how many times was he on the ball? And it's not promising when you see a guy that's being the dictator going like this. Or then distributing the ball to the flank and looking up and saying, like, doing all these gestures, telling players where to go. The fuck are we doing in training? The fuck are we doing in training? If you're doing this in game over and over and over, and it's not just him. We've seen it all season where guys are like, and today Yildiz, Savona looked him off I don't know how many times. Get the ball in there. Take those shots. Come on. I don't see a consistent winning structure / attacking structure. I don't see any consistency whatsoever other than taking a lead and dropping off. See, lately seems to be the trend. That's just me. How do I rate Nico today? Strong. He's up there with the top 3 performance. I loved everything he did. He is actually surprisingly very good on aerial duels. Very good. It's got a crazy vert. I noticed that right away. But it wasn't such a focus. Like, you know when you have a guy that struggles with touch, and Vlahovic struggles with touch. Some games really, really bad. But when they do that, okay? When they do that, guys that struggle with the touch, they focus so hard on just settling the ball that everything else seems to just fade. Nico Gonzalez is not going up just for an aerial. But like, it's like, I'm going to head this one to Mbangula. Oh, Yildiz, I'm going to try a flick on here. Or, I got to chest this one down to Yildiz, who's in front of me. Like, it's so much more than simply just getting the ball, which happens when you have a guy that's less technical. And it does actually affect everything else down the road, but it's not the be all end all as to why we aren't getting across the finish line in these games. But I thought Nico was fantastic, and I thought he had a great performance, me personally. Luca's coming in again. I think we aren't qualifying for Champions League next season. I hope that is not the case, because that would be detrimental. That would be huge. Okay. Charles coming in here. I am sorry, but Mota doesn't have a winning mentality. For him, winning isn't the only thing that matters. And for that alone, he's not good enough for Juve. Pirlo in his first gig was far better. Completely different situations and teams and everything. But again, I did raise one main component why I am very concerned about Mota, is the fact that he has been involved in the Mercado the whole way through. So that's a major red flag for me right now with Thiago Motta. We're going to keep it rolling. So here we go. I don't see DJ Cami V. We are so non-threatening in the middle of the pitch in that offensive third. No 10 and non-existent striker play. Feel like it's the root of most of our problems. Part personnel and part manager. There is definitely not all one issue. But when you bring up a situation like this, that's up to the manager to correct. And when I highlight Alex P's comment, which I wholeheartedly agree with, we have the tools. You have the tools to play better across the middle. Striker, okay, you only have Vlahovic, but again, Gonzalez can play up there. Yildiz can play up there, but then you have to change the rest of the game to match it. Some of the game that followed, we're throwing in aerial balls. I don't think Nico Gonzalez, he'll go up, he'll battle for him, but he doesn't want aerial balls. So the rest of the game hasn't changed. It's about putting it all together. That's all we're talking about. People are saying Mota needs time. You don't just win a Scudetto in one season. Scudetto. I'm talking about bare minimum objective of top 4, and that's all I've been talking about for quite some time now, because that went out the window early. Top 4, if cannot be achieved, is beyond unacceptable. He has more than enough in terms of tools to get by these teams that we can't. This is beyond unacceptable. Period. Period. Okay? At the end of the day, your job as a coach is to put it together. If some feel this is put together, the best that this team could be put together, I ain't buying that. You can keep hitting me up. You can keep sending the spam emails. You can keep going on trying to calm the fan base because you're probably an employee. You can keep trying to calm everything down or be nonchalant about it because you don't want to personally be wrong about a take that you gave last season or last summer. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Results matter. Results matter at the end of the day. I don't want to hear about Pep, Klopp, Arteta. Arteta hasn't won shit. Plays nice. Ooh, great. I don't give a shit. If we played this game nice and still finish up like this, I still wouldn't give a shit. It's not about playing nice. It's about we're getting what we deserve based on our play. We don't deserve more than the points we're getting, and results matter. Everything long term stands and rides with what goes down short term. Malta is on the brink. This January makes or breaks him. And it's no surprise we're starting to hear that Elkin's getting fired up and Elkin's getting nervous. Malta, these next 3 games, if he's not on the hot seat already, he's hanging on by a thread. This dude is walking a tightrope. Who would I want to change Malta with? I don't even know the options. So it would depend on that. And I'm sure the Italian media will conjure up some hypotheticals for all of us to tackle. But you guys, let's just call Gio. Let's just see if he's around. And let's see if we can get him in. Let's see if we can get him in. Ba.
Oh.
You watch?
Yeah, I watch the game, yeah.
My God, man. What are we doing?
I told you guys they don't go nowhere. You have to take a chance. Atalanta was tied 0-0. Lazio, he tied. It was the chance to win the fucking game, but we'd be okay.
Hey, it's the same old, man. 1-0, and then you fuck around.
Yeah, it's the same play every time. You never go nowhere like that. If you don't take out to this coach, you don't make a noise for the top one for the Champions League and nothing.
Yeah.
He played the same time. Defense, go 10 to defend. In the front, you don't see no ball and nobody score.
Yeah, I know. And the guys are asking for the ball. Yildiz was asking for the ball. He's 1v1 a couple times, and we don't send it. Savona didn't play that great today. He didn't want to send the ball forward. The midfielders, I don't know what the hell's going on, but like...
The black Ken.
Well...
The ball when he wants to do everything by himself.
No, like, it's Colt Miners needs to have some more impact, eh? Colt Miners isn't doing anything, eh?
Nothing. He paid too much money for nothing. He don't worth $60 million.
Would you fire Malta tomorrow?
Me, I'll be honest, after he got the red card, if I was me, I'd do like Milan when he sent the Fonseca home, he got the Concesa.
So you would do it right now, even?
Oh, yeah. Every game it's the same. He played good 10 minutes. We score, then that's it. The game is finished.
I said that. What's the difference between us and Milan? If Milan is looking, they're not far behind us, and Fonseca was on the verge of being fired for 2 months. How are we looking at our situation as so much better? It's crazy. But you don't mess around, eh? Tomorrow you would axe him just like that, eh? Madon.
Oh yeah.
Via.
When it's like that, He can win one game. How many games we got? 12, 13 games. He can win.
I know, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Like it's not even like now. What do we come to? We're looking for a win. You can't win against Torino. Like they're garbage. They scored 1 goal in 5 games at home on the trot here. They won and you can't get by and get a victory. This is painful, man. It's painful. I know that you didn't want him in the first place, Motta, and I know that you're pissed off, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Something needs to change. I don't know. It's not all him, but we can't keep going the way we're going, because if we don't make Champions League, Madonna, I don't even want to think about that.
Even June till he make a mistake to pay Douglas so much money. The other guy for Atalanta says $60 million. He can get with the 60 million. 3 younger kids, you teach her the way, and you'll be okay. I don't know why he spend so much money, $60 million to the guy. He don't do nothing. I see every time he cover, he stop. Then he play. He don't play in the soccer.
Well, Luis played good today. Douglas Luis.
Yeah.
He played good today.
I don't know. He is not playing the front or nothing. The guys, after everybody, when you got to the ball, you have to shoot in the front, not wait until the defensive man cover up.
We're slow.
You have to give the ball fast. You play like kids. You don't give enough ball.
You're 100% right. We play way too slow. The transition's terrible. I don't know why we attack so slow. But Motta, for me, it's like, I don't understand, because he's the guy that did something with I don't even know what, 31 million in wages at Bologna. Like it was nothing. And now all of a sudden these guys aren't good enough. I'm not buying it. For me, I'm not buying it. So something's got to give. But yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts. We'll talk to you soon, of course. I'll come see you with the girls and stuff. But ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
If there's one guy that doesn't beat around the bush, it's old Papa Gio, and he's right away sacked this guy. I gave you all the rundown in the summer. He didn't want Motta in the summer. He wanted Conte, and he doesn't believe in Motta. He's been highly critical of Giuntoli. This is a guy that's been a supporter a long time, and he said the other day that just in so many ways, he said, Juve is unrecognizable to the old schoolers, to the guys that, and this is not to talk about, it's not creating any separation in fandom or whatnot, but it's going against a lot of the things that you've grown accustomed to and believed in and whatnot. And it's just, we're fading further and further away. And he's of the same belief as me that this is beyond coach. This is beyond Giuntoli. The culture, the environment that we're in is completely night and day. So yeah, it's a lot to take in. And while people want to talk about project and long term and everything, I said it doesn't get anywhere unless the short term. And this is exactly it too from Paolo. Giving Motta a couple of years for a project could be massively costly if you try to ride it out. It's not a guarantee. I'm not seeing what everybody is locked into that wants to fight this fight on Motta. Is Motta the only guy that can have us draw every single game with this team? Is that an achievement now? Are people honestly oh, you could see what could come? What? The same mistakes over and over and over? I don't know. And the financials to make comparisons to other projects that had to wait for other coaches to get fired up, they're not apples to apples, because they're in a league where the revenue is a long shot away. So if we want to hold it comparisons, hold it close to home. Close to home, you had what? Close to home, you had Napoli go through 4 coaches before they finally said, you know what? We got to stop fucking around and get the right guy in. You have Milan, who, like I said, not far from us in terms of results. What project? They just lost a bunch of guys. They did the best they could in the mercado. Still spent, whatever, 65, 70 mil, somewhere in there. But they decided that the results weren't good enough, and they're not far off us from results. Get this undefeated thing out of your head. The results aren't good enough. We haven't won consecutive games since Como and Verona. We're not winning games. And they decided, see you later. And we're going to get the guy to try and bring better results. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what your plan is. Results are what matters. Like I said, I want to go for a walk with my daughters here pretty quick. But if a bear comes up on that path and jeopardizes everything, I ain't going to keep up with the plan. I've been involved with big companies in Canada. I've been a part of 5 takeovers. I shared this with the pregame show. 5 takeovers. We had plans. We had structures. We set a time frame of a target. Okay? So where we want to be 5 years time. Some were 3 years. Some were 2 years. Quick acting. Not a single one of those plans went the way we drew it up. And you had to act and you had to change. Everybody along the line has their piece of the puzzle and they need to be held accountable to their portion or the whole thing blows up. Top 4, there is almost no circumstances from what I'm seeing that I stick through unless all of a sudden we hit the ground running and we do play good and we do start getting results. But if you do that, you will reach top 4. So I don't see both happening. I don't see us all of a sudden playing to the degree where like, we got to keep this guy around and we're still out of top 4. No. Guys, we're back tomorrow, post-match podcast. Okay. I got wrapped up on time. We got some calls in here. I wish I could do more. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. Post-match pod. We're going to have full panel again. We're going to tackle this thing in full detail. But this is infuriating. And it only gets more and more challenging and more difficult for Juventus. That's the scary thing about all of this, is that it ain't getting any easier. We passed the easy part. Now it gets intense. Atalanta on Tuesday. Oi, mama. Let's see what happens. But we'll talk about this one, the aftermath, and everything tomorrow. Ciao tutti. AJC Army, you guys are the best. Second to none, no matter what. Draws, a million draws, loss, victory. Tutti insieme, all together, thick or thin. Fino alla fine. Forza Juventus. We got to start winning. January, critical month for bare minimum objectives. See what happens. Ciao, ciao, everybody. We'll talk to you in the morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time.